Here's what we got going on, guys. Here's what we got going on. It's the first round of the Oasis April Blitz World Series event, mapped by Berg, sponsors Snark. Our fish came in big this month. Rolls Royce, Doofus, and oh my god, it's Marsh, also with very generous donations. And of course, Mustafa, Dredash, MS372, Ibrahim, CS Pro, all the subs, anyone else who supported financially with a follow, with a sub, with a share, with a comment, or just with positive energy. Truly appreciate it. That's what keeps the lights on. That's what keeps the energy going around here. So we got matches going all month now. You guys can see the schedule here. We are on the Division 4 tournament. You guys see that in the top right? $300 going out in prizes. All the donations last month really added up. $300 going out to the players this month, at least. It's actually a lot more than that, I think. All right, so here's what we got. This is the Division 4 tournament. We had a pretty big turnout today, so we're doing it a little bit different. We're splitting both players into two groups. So we got two groups. The first group's going to go first. They're going to take about an hour. Second group's going to take about an hour. Everyone plays each other 1 point. So it's just BO1. Whoever's got the most points in each group moves on. The two winners play each other BO3. More than likely, and the championship taking home the $20. Simple as that. So without further ado, you guys are excited. I'm excited. Let's get right into it. And when we came up with this map, coming off of the castle map last month, I really wanted to diversify things in that way. Last month, obviously the castle map, we saw very reserved gameplay, a lot of mid game, a lot of late game. Allied was able to get tech up. The Eagles were super OP. So I wanted to go back. Thanks for that, Java. So I wanted to go back to a map that that played a little bit faster, a little more traditional blitz, similar to like what we saw with Kong, but by adding in the water, adds a nice kind of variety to the map. And then obviously, any of you guys unfamiliar, you can only build in the water if you take over a lighthouse with an engineer. And every 10 game minutes, there are some money crates that pop up around the water. They haven't been super decisive. We ran into some technical issues with the crates, but we might actually be adding a few more crates for the later divisions. But anyway, so with this game here, we got Lloyd in red fighting out of the UK, I believe. The Sheriff also fighting out of the UK. Yeah, so this is just best of one in this Division 4. So you play everyone in your group. Person with most wins goes on to the championship. Simple as that. So both players here opting for Soviet. We're going to see the early Rhino action. Pretty standard here in Division 4. Go Sov, get your Rhinos out. Try to let your opponent make some mistakes. Whoa, Legend and Kian? Yeah, I want Legend and Kian to test it. Test it today. Kane, we have actually an even number right now, so you are no longer needed, sir. If the stream already starts and I do need you, I would be having a heart attack. Legend versus Kian, they want to test it out, talking a little smack in the chat. I love it. I love it. I love it. We'll work on the purple hat, Kane. It's on my list. So pretty even right now. Both players stretching. I mean, almost identical builds. Wow, actually, yeah, that's hilarious. This is literally almost identical. Ooh, but this first engagement going to go pretty heavy in Lloyd's favor, but the Sheriff does see it and pulls out, gets a sentry gun up. Yeah, and the Sheriff and Lloyd both, I think this is actually a pretty even match. It'd be fun with so many players. Obviously, you don't have the opportunity to do big series, but it'd be fun to watch these guys do a BO5 or a BO7. I think they are pretty evenly matched. It'd be fun to kind of watch them in traditional blitz style, get to know each other and adjust to each other, and kind of see who can bring out more tactics in a later series, because that's really what changes with blitz. I mean, when you're playing someone BO1, you only got to get one up on them. You just got to make it happen 1 point. In a longer series, it becomes very interesting, especially when you start swapping factions. There's a little bit more of that, the tactics that come into play, anticipating what the other player anticipates you doing, tricking them. You play someone who's going heavy air, all of a sudden 1 point they go air 3 points, you start building anti-air, then they don't go any air, now you got 3 Patriot missiles. So I think that's where Blitz really obviously develops the most, but obviously in these lower division tournaments with so many players, single day, you got to bust them out, get the points in. So that's how we do it. Did we just hear a demo truck? Demo truck? Demo truck on the right side. I love that. Lloyd looking nice right now. The Sheriff does get in and snipes that demo truck, handles that nicely, and we do see a nice I like Sheriff working on the backside. If he could hold down the left side a little bit better. We don't see a radar out from Sheriff, so I'd love to see a Desolator on the left side to slow down his, the attack on the left side, so we can try to make something happen on the right. But if the Sheriff's doing something right, Lloyd's doing it even more right, because he's able to obviously defend his backside while also making more progress on the left side. The Sheriff out now with a bunch of drones to try to slow things down. That's obviously the move, Sove versus Sove. When you get behind, you got to make something happen. You got to try to slow things down, try to delay a little bit. Drones and Desos are the way to do that. No Deso, though, for the Sheriff, as we still do not see a radar. Ha! Balth. Balth in the house. I'm not going to have the robot say how excited I am to see you, because you made the joke. Because you made the homophobic joke. No robot. All right, fine. You still get the robot.
I'm so excited you're here. I could high-five the ceiling.
Could high-five the ceiling, Balth, regardless of your jokes. And now we see a bit of a standstill here, and it's I thought you were literally saying he needs a better ego. I thought you were literally saying he needs a better ego, and I'm like, the Sheriff does doubt himself a lot. Having a stronger ego could be a really big move for the Sheriff right here, but you're right, his better ego could help as well. As he is bottoming out, you see Lloyd on 10k. Ah, okay. Yeah, I guess Sex Pun's engine. You're right. It's unfair to go to the Sex Pun direction. Make it seem homophobic. You're right. The Sheriff now really flexing his ego as he brings out the Kirov, so he does get that tech up, but his economy is finally catching up here. And it is Lloyd just on so many tanks. It is funny to see these slight delays in the lower division games, and it's hard to appreciate. I think it makes you appreciate the top level players even more. It's the decision making aspect, and when you're watching two top level guys, there is no lull. There's constant decisions being made. They're weighing pros and cons and executing in real time. Versus at this lower level, you see those slight little delays, but well played by Lloyd, and the Sheriff made things happen as well, but Lloyd looking tough. We're using L's and W's today. We're working smart. All right, keep it rolling. Rate of play. All right, we'll have the loser stay in. The Sheriff, and this is Sovtron. Who are you again? I love this. I love that everyone has different names. Discord, Twitch, and in-game are all different. I think that's great. I don't want to get too... I don't want things to be too easy. Oh, yeah. Oh, snap. Okay. Rolls Royce, the sponsor in the house.
I'm so excited you're here. I could hug a rhino tank.
Could hug a rhino tank, man. All right, here we go. Point number 2, game number 2. Doofus brings out the lucky unicorn for the Sheriff just in time. So the Sheriff on 1 loss right now. He did just lose to Lloyd. Everyone is playing each other, so each player will have 4 games. So as we move into game number 2 here, we got Oh Snap in red in the top right, the Sheriff in yellow in the bottom left. Yeah, Fiddy, anyone who's playing, the password's 99. Thanks, Kian, for that confetti. That's just what I needed. Yeah, anyone who's playing, I'll give you guys a hint. Anyone who's playing right now, anyone who's ever going to be playing, the password's 99. Password's always 99. I think that was great confetti, Kian. I think that was perfect timing. All right, so both players a bit more conservative here. Neither player stretching out. Oh Snap really building into his corner, but is spacing out his oils nicely. That's something you see at these lower levels often, where players accidentally put their oils too close to their buildings. And a lower level, although that is already that's how you knocked Legend out last month, right? Legend had the oil right next to his MCV. Um, yeah, we I think Artie, I think you beating Legend last month is one of my best performing YouTube videos of all time. So feel good about that, Artie. Lloyd. The weirdest thing is, Lloyd, sometimes you'll be like, you message me in the game, but it's like you're in the chat, and it's like I don't get. I'm confused how you're not hearing me say it. But hey, you know what? Different strokes for different folks. I don't blame you, buddy. All right, so now we do see the Sheriff goes early battle lab and a Tesla coil to knock himself low power. Desolator coming now. So the Sheriff on that early battle lab, he likes the cure ops. He likes the cure ops. I think he's doing it. This is pretty early on 4 oils. Oh, Snap looking nice. Both players looking pretty good here. I like Oh Snap's build. Building along the edges, kind of interesting. It's not bad. We haven't seen it much though. He's gonna come on the left side, try to snipe that oil. Should be able to get it. Oh, he's gonna go even further than that. Going right for the diving on the MCV. Wow. And he does get the MCV, but the Sheriff. So the Sheriff needs to make something happen now. So, I mean, O-Snap dove on that MCV, but now he's got nothing left to defend himself. He brings out the Navy, but this is where you have to counterpunch, and this is that decision-making we talk about at the lower levels that players oftentimes struggle with. Sometimes they don't have the good scout, they don't have that map awareness and the game awareness to realize how far up they are. And so, and it's kind of heads up to O-Snap to do that to the Sheriff, because maybe he knew it, maybe it was just an accident, but basically, you know, he was thinking, I'm going to dive on the MCV. Even if I lose everything, the Sheriff probably won't pull off a counter strike. And so now the Sheriff is cleaning out the army nicely. Oh, he doesn't deploy that Desolator for whatever reason, but we do have a Dreadnought down. I think O-Snap is too focused on that Dreadnought, and what a wacky base trade we have here, as the Dreadnoughts are now clicking buildings, and the Sheriff is clicking buildings. O-Snap, I'd like to see him run with that MCV. He's not able to, and this is going to come down to clicking buildings, and I think the Sheriff should be able to take it home here. Not terrible from O-Snap. I liked actually that MCV dive almost worked. He could have just deployed a couple Desolators, had a couple drones. If he could have just slowed the Sheriff down a little bit, it could have worked. Oh, and the Naval Yard's going to be his last building, so how... Oh my god, he's got the flak boats to defend the Naval Yard. The Naval Yard's the last building. Oh, the Naval Yard can be destroyed from land, though. So the Sheriff is now targeting oils. Oils do not count as buildings. These oils do not count as buildings. The Sheriff does not need to target those. He needs to go for the Naval Yard. Oh, he's got a sentry gun, too. The Naval Yard is the last building here. He can target it from the land. The Dreadnoughts... Oh my god, this is the last building. Oh, it's so close. Oh, he's targeting the tanks. Oh my god. Oh, here it goes.
Player defeated.
Holy shit, that was so close. Oh my god. Wow. 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 That was hilarious. That's a tough one, and that's one of those ones where you're up in the booth, like, there's so many things, but when you're down there, obviously, you know, people who play the game know it's much easier said than done to be making those decisions in the heat of the moment. Hats off to both players. Yeah, that was wildly entertaining. Fiddy, you want to come in here? Did you just ask, or whoever's up? Password 99. Whoever has not played the Sheriff yet can come play the Sheriff. It was too low. I think my mic audio was too high. I just turned on my mic audio. Let's see. Yeah, the game audio's on normal. My mic was coming in too high. Man, that was a banger. Oh, that was so funny. So remember that, guys, when you're in a base trade situation in Blitz, Remember that oils do not count as buildings. Oils don't count as buildings. Yeah, that naval yard. Wow, that was so close. It was so close. Yeah, Doofus, you're in D3. A one-game barn burner. Doofus, of course, buddy. Of course you're in D3. Minka, super mod. Super mod, super mod. Get out of here, spam bots. Minka will chop you up. Alright, so now the Sheriff switches over to Allied. You see those early proactive pillboxes. Definitely the way to try to resist the Soviet pressure. A bit troublesome because the Soviet player can obviously attack from a different side, but Fiddy's going to go right into it. He ain't scared. And nice pullback from the Sheriff. Nice use of the pillboxes. It's a good way to play Allied. Allied is a two-part attack, though. Two-part attack, though. You do, you need to resist the early Soviet pressure, and then you need to put together a counter punch. Resisting's hard enough, but the counter punch is where things really get complicated. The Sheriff doing a great job managing those tanks around that pillbox, letting the pillboxes absorb damage, get maximum damage. Does go in, takes a bite now. Nice, well played by the Sheriff. Going to target the War Factory to prevent the next Rhino from coming out. Then switches over to the Rhino. I'm not sure, but that's wasn't bad. Yeah, that's funny. Look at this dog, super dog, camping that barracks. I thought they ate the Rockies before they flew. They should. So now we're gonna have a pillbox battle on the top right. And so the Sheriff's looking to kind of try to counterpunch, try to backdoor. Will the pillbox keep him alive? Red is pumping conscripts right now. Does have a second War Factory out. Fiddy. Yes! And now we know the Sheriff's going to take it home. That's exactly what he needed. The secret sauce. The secret sauce for the Sheriff allows him to take home that win. The Sheriff puts one on the board thanks to the secret sauce. All right. Who hasn't played the Sheriff yet? Come hop in here. The Sheriff on 1 win, 2 losses. Fiddy on 0 wins, 1 loss. So Java is the last one in here. Java, you just gave the secret sauce to the Sheriff right before you have to play him? That was a bad idea. That was a bad idea. Never give your opponent the secret sauce. The secret sauce, hats off to Smerry OPOP, graphic designer, animator. What's the word for it, Smerry? Oh. Smerry put together the secret sauce for us, though. We needed a secret sauce. The secret sauce sound effect, when I found it, I'm like, man, people are not going to like this. But we did it because we're risk takers. RE2 cash games, We're risk takers around here. That's what it's all about. That's how you start a revolution. RE2 the moon. That's what it's all about. It starts with the secret sauce. Phase 1. Steel underpants. Just kidding. All right. So here we go. So the Sheriff playing all the way through here. He's on kind of a tight schedule. So the Sheriff's playing all of his games first. He is on 1 win and 2 losses, looking to go 2-2 if he can take this one home. We got him against Java up in the top left, and the Sheriff down in the bottom right. I believe Java is out of, I believe Mongolia. I think he played in the Mongolia Open last month. I think he's out of Mongolia. All right, so here we go. Let's see what Pretty similar to Sheriff sticking again with Allied. And you guys, hopefully, if everything goes smooth today, you know, where is Snark? Dude, Snark has been being so weird lately. He was supposed to be here. What a goof. So, presumably, after this tournament, we might be having Ed and VW play a 2v2. It's possible. VW seems like not the best communicator, so it's hard to know for sure. I also didn't have anyone get back to me to play them. But at the end of this tournament, we're going to start the scramble to try to find opponents for them. We're going to see if they're online. Hopefully we get VW and Ed, the OG 2v2 pro team, probably the longest standing top level 2-player team in the game. Ed's been playing Red Alert 2 nonstop for so long, it's insane. Dude, these channel points that I don't have to control or manage that are automatic are just so much fun. Yeah, both players flexing right now thanks to Kian and Doofus. So Java's going to try to take a bite here with these Rhinos, but Sheriff's playing a really strong Allied right now. He's managing his Rockies good, but the big thing is the pillboxes on the front line. But I love this from Java. You see these Rhinos right out of range of the pillboxes. Going to snipe that pillbox, take the oil, take 2 pillboxes with it. Nice batch of Rockies, though, and Java needs to get some anti-air in this group, but continuing to pump the Rhinos. Oh, doesn't get that oil. Wants to go for the crates instead. Okay, so grabbing all the crates. Nice little financial boost, especially at this point in the game. That can definitely help. I think, like Kian mentioned, you know, the first... Ooh, he's low power. Oh, he's low power. And the Sheriff dives in while he's low power, takes the power plant, puts him low power again. And now we do see a lot of unmatched Rhinos in the bottom right. Power comes back online, so the Flat Cannon's able to chase those Rockies out. Paradrop a little late to the party. VW and Max? Am I mixing that up? I thought it was Ed and VW. Java does take it home. Java with the secret sauce. Java, you can hop back in here. Yeah, I might be mixing that up. I know Ed has been playing forever because I read he wrote this Reddit post that's like a love letter to Red Alert 2. And it was like, he wrote it like 6 years ago. He was talking about how long he'd been playing, and he's still playing. 1 win, 0 loss for Java. Hey, the Sheriff, you were hanging in there. That was a pretty well-managed Allied. I think you could, if you would have got 4 reps with Allied, you might have, I think you're an Allied player, man. That was looking pretty good. Lloyd in yellow, Java in red. Let's get it going. Raid? Marco with the raid? Marco spoils me, man. Marco, appreciate it, buddy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got some fun action going on, guys. The first division in the April Blitz World Series. $300 going out in prizes this month across the divisions. We got 7 different divisions, about 60, 70 different players. We're starting off with Division 4 right now. We got Lloyd in yellow in the bottom left. Got Java in red in the top right. Division 4, everything is best of 1 right now. So we got 10 players. They're all playing each other 1 point. The most wins go to the championship, taking home today's prize, which is $20. Simple as that. Now your guys are all caught up. The oil has given the same amount of money in all Blitz for quite some time. All right, so Lloyd, I think Lloyd is possibly a favorite in this tournament right now. Lloyd's looking pretty tough, I think. I think he's dialed in a little bit. He tried to sandbag himself into D5. I was like, Lloyd, I don't think you should be in D5. He's like, oh, it's easier with my schedule. I was like, what a sandbagger. What a sandbagger. What if Kian's like, hey, D3 is more convenient with my schedule? What if Marco wants to play D2? Then what? Then what? It's just anarchy around here. Lloyd, yeah, he is relatively new, I think. He's been casting a bit. He just started streaming as well. I don't have his link, though. Well, the sheriff, I don't know, man. I don't know. I like how you're just playing darts with mashed potatoes, man. You got to get in there and dial in a strategy, buddy. Dial it in. Every Blitz tournament, you should expect to have 50 hours practicing in the Blitz pit. That's what it takes. I'm just kidding. Doesn't matter at all. D4, do whatever you want. Just happy to have you out here. To all the players, happy to have you out here entertaining me. That's what it's all about. Giving the people the entertainment. That point to Sheriff when you guys both had one building left was so funny, man. That's the whole reason we're here. All right, so pretty even Soviet versus Soviet here. Pretty standard stuff. Both players stretching their economies. Both players on 5 oils. Yeah, very similar builds. We now see a radar out from Lloyd. He's going to try to bring a Deso into the game here and tip the tides a little bit in his favor. A bit of a split here. We do see Lloyd attacking from both sides now. I thought he might try to engage on the left, but nope. So Java does see it, sends 2 of his own over to counter. Oh, that's right, Artie. Yeah, so last month you started with a free oil. So we see Lloyd bringing a demo truck, but countered pretty easily by Java. You guys need to remember those demo trucks are insanely, $1,000 early in the game like this, very, very expensive. So definitely want to get some value out of them. The crates are out now. Both players only taking 1. Go grab the crates, guys. Go grab the crates, the money crates. The money crates. Okay, bit of a lull in the action here as both players now on 3 war factories. Both players, at this point when you're even on tanks, obviously the defender has the defender advantage of the sentry guns. And so neither player, has enough to really push through right now. And so as we see move into a mid game here, this will come down to the tech. Who can get the battle lab out? Who can take the naval? Who's going to use their Kirov? Who's going to get the first IC? Those are the things that tip the tides in a Sov versus Sov matchup like this. But Java's going to try to... Oh, I thought he was going to send his fodder and go for it here. He does have a slight fodder advantage. Not quite enough, I don't think. Looks like Java's preparing a split as he has Rhinos now on the right side and the left side. And so now we see the battle lab out from Lloyd. So Lloyd's going to play a bit more tucked in now with his being the first one out with tech. And in Java, again, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe he is out of Mongolia. I feel like we normally see kind of that Eastern style play from him. He likes a lot of war factories and a lot of rhinos, a lot of fodder, and kind of that rock and roll style. But we do see Lloyd mixing things up here, pumping those sentry guns to defend himself. He knows he's ahead on tech as Java has not brought out even a radar yet. Java continues to pump the rhinos. So Lloyd is going to push in with this Kirov. There's no flak on it yet. So that Kirov's going to get some damage done, I think. Going to target the tanks. Oh, and Java not moving his tanks. That's a lot of... And Lloyd's going to keep targeting those tanks. And not a bad idea if your opponent lets you. Some nice splash damage. Certainly with a player like this, taking 1 war factory is not going to do much. I love this from Lloyd. If your opponent lets you get that kind of chip damage in on their army, you definitely do it. Yeah, that Kirov got a lot done. So now I'd like to see Lloyd. Lloyd's out with the IC now, so it's just about kind of hanging in there. I don't love that Iron Curtain placement. And yeah, that Iron Curtain's in a very, very bad spot. Lloyd's tank's a bit out of position. As Java comes over on one side, he switches from a split to a single side attack. Java a bit slow to respond, and that extra tank power from Java is going to put him pretty significantly ahead here. Lloyd knows he can't go in, so he's trying to kind of bait his buildings, sneak in, slow him down. No drones, no desos, and that's just going to be too many rhinos for Lloyd. When Lloyd was able to get ahead on the tech, I would have liked to have seen him commit a bit more to his defense. Maybe could have pumped some drones earlier, certainly some desos, because when you see your opponent not going tech as a Soviet player, it means you're going to see this, 6 war factories and an absolute rhino storm. So, yeah, I think that makes the most sense is to, for Lloyd, I love that from him. He was pumping the sentry guns. He was playing defensive. He got his IC. He got his Kirov. He did everything right in that regard. But I think he could have just committed a bit more, got the Desolators out, got the drones out, and really committed to that late game where his Iron Curtain and his Kirov, maybe even a Navy, could have helped him pull ahead here. A bit of a wacky bit. What am I talking about? God, how is this still going? Oh my God. Wait, what? I was just monologuing about strategy while Lloyd makes an epic comeback. So now Lloyd does have a war factory left. Both players with plenty of money. An absolute... Both players have switched over to drones now. Yeah, so the War Factory advantage is massive here. Both players have power. Both players have War Factories. So, and both players have a lot of drones. So, neither player has a barracks. So Lloyd has a larger standing army, but hats off to Java for switching over to the drones. He needs to neutralize this army. That elite is very scary. Java needs to neutralize this army and then close out the game. He has a massive War Factory advantage. Both players' economies are rolling flush. So it would be difficult for Lloyd to make a comeback here. It's just a lot of drones. It's a lot of drones. Desert Island map? That sounds fun. I don't know it, but it sounds like it's got potential. Does, ooh, and gets droned pretty heavy on the backside. The drone storm is coming. How much damage can Lloyd get done? Not enough. So now Java can switch over to rhinos. One War Factory advantage, but a massive drone advantage. Yeah, so Lloyd's just going to keep getting droned. But well played from Lloyd there. I'd have to go back and kind of rewatch that on the bottom side. I'm not sure why, how Java took so much damage going through that bottom side. I really miscalculated that. I thought Java was way ahead on that exchange. Look at all those drones camping the War Factory. And the only thing you can build is drones, because drones can't attack drones. I think that's a funny mechanic. They can't attack each other. Like in the field, they're just like, damn it. There's nothing we can do here. Oh my god. Wait. This is amazing. Java might not be able to get through these drones. This is probably going to stalemate. What? Wait. It's going to... Yeah, you're right. Yeah. They're going to stalemate this. So you can't block the War Factory with drones? You can't, like, alt it or... Could you get droned and then alt the War Factory? Or... I'm trying to think. Like, get droned, alt the War Factory, attack your own unit or something. Oh, here he goes. Does he have enough? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! It was down to one tick. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh, he can block. Okay, so now he has the War Factory blocked. Oh my god, look at these elite conscripts. Oh my god, this is amazing. Okay, so now it's glitching. So now he can't get any more out, but he's got a lot. That's going to be timer. Yeah, the timer's going in 10 seconds. All right, it's going to come down to points. Let the point gods decide. Lloyd takes it. Yep, and that is one to be frustrated about. That is one to be frustrated about. So Lloyd does get the win there. Yep. Java goes to 1 win, 1 loss. Lloyd goes to 2 wins. So Lloyd does take it. Wow. All right. Who do we got in here? Lloyd, Fiddy, or Fiddy, you want to come in here? Yeah, and so yeah, I mean we've seen that oftentimes in a case like that where the defending player gets a lot of kills. You know, the defending player Lloyd killed a lot of Rhino tanks. Ultimately did put him ahead on points. So let's think about that. So at the end there, obviously it's not ideal. You know, obviously I'm not happy about that, but it is the way that things go sometimes. So let's think about that. I think Java could have blocked the War Factory with his own drones. He could have microed his drones. to block the War Factory earlier, I think. So you gotta learn from these things, man, because you might find yourself in a similar position. Kian, what would you have done in that situation? Kian, what would the Octo Kid have done? What would the Octo Kid do? Yeah, as Java, Kian. Yeah, what would Kian do? I'd build a Kirov. No, Kian, there's no battle lab. No, I would find a way to build a Kirov. Oh, Java, you were low power, so your production was way down. Ah, got it, got it, got it. Yeah, so you could have masked slightly more tanks. Yeah, the problem was, so Java, that's interesting. So Java was low power, so that's why he was having a hard time massing the tanks that he needed to get through. But yeah, you could have, yeah, and blocking the War Factory with the drones though earlier, because you did end up blocking them later on. Yeah, when you're low power, it's pretty difficult. Balth, that's a big question. Yeah, that's a good question. How many War Factories does it take to cancel out being low power? 3, 4, 2, 3, 4? I don't know. Gotta do an experiment. Alright, so now we got Lloyd in yellow in the bottom right. Lloyd on 2 wins right now. So Lloyd looking tough. 1, he got through grit. 1, he got through... And honestly, you know, the thing is, like, in those games, it's like, Java should have won, or this, or... It's like, Lloyd did do a hell of a job in that game. You know, it's hard to take that away from him. Lloyd was getting completely overran by rhinos at one point. I could have completely counted Lloyd out. So Lloyd did a great job staying in that game. You know, you can't argue with that. But obviously, the point system, you know, it's not perfect. Although in that case, I actually think there are some random elements to the points. I think in most cases, the points come down to the value of the units you kill. And I think Lloyd was had killed a lot more valuable units. He killed a ton of rhinos. No, not oils, Java. I don't know. That's not what I was talking about. No, we were talking about how many war factories does it take to cancel out being low power. We'll do a YouTube experiment. All right, so Lloyd going to push in here now. Fiddy pumping his own rhinos. Neither player with fodder. Fiddy's sentry's a bit out of position. Does he have another sentry coming? Lloyd's going to try to dive on the War Factory here, but Fiddy... Yeah, when your opponent dives on the War Factory, it's so important that you pounce in while they're not shooting at you and try to get a couple kills. Fiddy lets Lloyd get out with a few too many tanks there. Lloyd looking tough. Oh, here's another big move, Java. You should have destroyed your own oil derricks to get your power up. What about that? Now we're talking. All right, so Lloyd putting a couple tanks on the left side, possibly preparing a split. So now Fiddy out with the fodder. Lloyd still with no fodder. Fiddy with a massive fodder advantage. I'm not sure if he can get something done right now. He probably could push in these sentries on the right side, but Lloyd is going for a split. Ooh, and Fiddy doesn't have anything on that left side. Let's see how fast he can react. He's going to go for his own push on the right side, throwing that fodder out in front, pushing into the sentry guns. And see if Lloyd is able to continue the attack on the left side. Nice micro from him, be able to get on the left side, still pull his tanks back on the right side. Both players going to each other's bases now. I like this for Fiddy. I'd like to see him doing something on the back end to protect himself, throwing a couple drones up there, throwing a sentry gun. He could just be pumping conscripts. He's got that barracks right there. So when you are making the push, it's important to you know, it's difficult. We're not all the Octa Kid. We can't do everything at once, but throwing a little something on the back end to slow people down, that barracks was the perfect position. Pump a couple conscripts to slow things down would have been nice. He does get the MCV, but Lloyd is left with a lot here, and Fiddy is left with nothing. And Lloyd's a beast. Lloyd's a beast. So Fiddy, I love right at the end when you're like, all right, grab the conscripts. What can we do here? What can we do? Sends a couple drones in. Lloyd's going to take this one home. And so who hasn't played Lloyd yet? I believe Lloyd has one more game. Maybe he doesn't. I think Lloyd has one more game. Lloyd throws those conscripts out in front to handle the drones. I like that. Lloyd's now got his own drones rolling through, looking tough. Fiddy calls GG. Three tactics, Kian. Let's hear it. Let's hear the Kian breakdown. Kian 101. Ball day. It's about getting everyone involved. All the divisions. No Division 5 this month, though. I was excited for Division 5. Like, literally, people who just downloaded the game and don't know what they're doing. But hey, Division 5, we're going to try it next month. If you don't know what you're doing, hit me up on Discord. Lucky Unicorn for Oh Snap. That's going to be a big move and just what he needs because Lloyd down here in yellow is on a 3-0 winning streak. 3 wins, 0 losses. He's on his 4th game right now, trying to close out 4-0. It's up to Oh Snap to slow him down. He makes a death run with his engineer and somehow he gets it. Oh my god. Kian 5, War Factory's middle lab. What is middle lab? Kian, you want to come hang out in the booth? I've never heard Kian on audio before. All right, strategy number 2, 1 oil, 1 war factory, 4 oils, plus sentry, 4 wharfs, 1 oil, 1 You guys take notes. Take notes from Kian. It's too complicated for me to follow. This is how you got to be dialed in, though. It's kind of like chess. People are like, yeah, I play chess. Knowing...
Wake your ass up, because it's time to go beast mode.
Oh, snap, going beast mode. I hope so. Someone's got to slow Lloyd down. The kid's out of control right now on a 3-0 winning streak. Someone's got to slow him down. Hopefully, Oh Snap's the man for the job. He's got some drones out. He's got some sentries. He's got some rhinos. I like it. But that's the thing, though. In Blitz, you really need to know, like, you have to have your 6 building order. Like, you have to know your opening. You can't just get in the game and start winging it. Like, it's kind of like chess. It's not enough to know how the pieces move. You have to have an opening. If you don't have an opening, you're not really playing chess. You're just pushing pieces around the board. Same thing in Blitz. We don't have a rules, but I got this one for you. Blitz. Boom. That explains the Blitz mod for you, buddy. Soul Shattered. All right, so now we are going to see Oh Snap come down this left side. And I think Oh Snap's going to go for this MCV. Oh, and he's got the drones out in front. Oh Snap's going to get a lot done. The question is, can Oh Snap defend himself on the back end? And again, we see that barracks. Look at that barracks. He's got 6K. Give me some infantry. Give me some infantry. Give me some drones. Give me a sentry gun. All right, I get the sentry gun. I'll take what I can get. Beggars can't be choosers. He does get the war factory. Lloyd still has a war factory. Oh, his tanks are AFK. They're not going to hit the barracks. They could have hit the barracks. He's trying to stay alive on the back end. Now the Tesla trooper's coming. He still has his MCV. If Oh Snap can survive here, he should be able to pull ahead late game here. Oh Snap now on 6K. Lloyd, does he get the barracks? Does he get the barracks? He does get the barracks with his last tank shot. Lloyd now on 1 war factory, and Lloyd knows, I think Lloyd's got to push here. He's going to send the drones out in front. He's going to try to get something done here. He's on 1 war factory. He knows he's going to start falling behind. Oh Snap out with his own drones now. The Tesla troopers are hit hard, and here come the rhinos. What's coming out of the barracks? What's coming out of the barracks? Come on, I got to be nicer. I got to be nicer to people, but you know what the barracks is great for? Building units. Building units is what it's good for. Sentry gun out. Nice sentry gun. Gonna lose the war factory, though. Tesla trooper a little late to the party. The MCV super vulnerable right now, but Lloyd's only got a few rhinos left. He targets one of the 2 barracks. I don't know if that's the move. And Oh Snap chases him out thanks to sheer power of will. Lloyd with a second wave coming right back in. Rock and roll style, smashing his head into the wall, not giving up. Gonna take this oil, get a nice chain reaction with it. There goes the infantry, and Lloyd Lloyd's got to keep pushing. He cannot let this game keep going. He needs to take advantage of his tank advantage right now. Oh Snap has a naval yard, but what's a naval yard going to do for you without a battle lab? Pretty much nothing. Conscripts are going to get crates. I don't know why. Oh, he's on 15k. Drones are out now again, still trying to slow Lloyd down, but the rhinos are endless. And Oh Snap is left with nothing but a war factory. He's massing drones to try to slow things down. He should get that engineer ready to repair the war factory. You want to get that engineer ready to run into the war factory at the last second. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. And the elite rhino again. And Lloyd will be closing this one out. A naval yard and a prayer is all Oh Snap has. Hats off to Lloyd. Hell of a game. Hell of a point. At 10 minutes, the game timer, both players blow up, and the player with the most points wins. Yeah, and that one's that's a frustrating one. And again, that's one of those ones where up in the booth, sitting on your couch, eating popcorn, it's easy to say the things that Oh Snap could have done differently there. But ultimately, a lot easier said than done. And I really like Lloyd kept the pressure on. Lloyd kept the pressure on. Well played. Well played by Lloyd. Lloyd goes 4-0. Yeah, Artie, if the point rewards weren't limited, all we would do is have you and Doofus in here saying everyone's in beast mode constantly. And Kean would be blowing confetti when nothing fun's happening. Lloyd goes 4-0. Oh Snap on 1 win, 1 loss. Every single game. Balth, you're gonna play June. All right, everyone mark it in your calendar. Balth wants a couple more months in the of studying, and then Balth's gonna get in here. Yeah, Lloyd looking tough on 4 wins. So who do we got? All right, so let's close. Let's get who just played? Oh Snap. Oh Snap. Why don't you come back in? Oh Snap and Oh Snap and Fitty. Oh Snap and Fitty. So Lloyd, Lloyd's pretty much automatically going on here. So we have 2 groups here, guys. 2 groups. The winner of it's a round robin. Each group, all the players play each other in each group. The winners go on to the championship. So Lloyd is pretty much guaranteed, but we still have a few minutes, so we'll let these guys play their games. If we do have enough time, we will run a 3rd and 4th place game, and I'll put up a little prize for those guys. So so again, guys, there might be a 3rd and 4th place game, so we'll keep the games going if we can. If we run out of time, we might not be able to. Might have to move down to the 2nd group, but we'll see. I want to get everyone, these lower divisions all about getting people out here, getting points in, getting reps in the blitz pit, so we'll run as many as we can. Yeah, Lloyd, the diving on the barracks when he had 2 of them with an MCV was pretty funny. But yeah, Lloyd, I think you did a really good job there of realizing that, like, hey, I'm gonna fall behind because I don't have an MCV. He does, but I have a tank advantage right here, right now. And you pushed into it and you made some really good decisions. Fantastic. Fantastic's just coming out of retirement. What do we think? What do we think? We want him to come out of retirement? Yeah. Look at those guys cheering. Yeah, June. June's the retirement month. Everyone's coming out for June. All right. So, all right. So Lloyd, hang around because you're definitely moving on to the championship. But you probably got Lloyd. You probably got you probably got an hour realistically. So. Everything's out of stock. You guys are using too many channel points. All right, so we got Fitty in yellow in the bottom right. Oh Snap and red in the top left. Oh Snap switching over to Allied. Super early Eagle. I like that. I like that. Early Eagle action, always fun. Yeah, the winner of this tournament taking home $20 and going on to the D3 tournament. And that's why it's a $300 tournament. You're like, Ivor, This is only a $20 tournament. The winner of each division goes on to the next division. So if you guys want the true Cinderella story, here's what happens. Lloyd wins today. He wins the D3. He wins the D2. He wins the D1. He wins 2v2, which is just for, unrelated, but he wins it anyway, just to keep momentum. He goes into semi-pro. Oh my god, now he's in semi-pro. There's no way. He wins semi-pro. Then he goes into pro, beats Kian, he would take home like $350 in prizes. So it is possible. We're all rooting for him, Lloyd. With enough secret sauce and magical unicorns, anything can happen. All right, so the Eagles are out. Rockies are out. Flack is being met pretty well here. I like Fiddy. I like this stretch coming up on the right side. Takes that Barracks out. He's in a... Yeah, I like... So Allied, obviously, here, building into the corners, obviously a good move. Trying to protect yourself, get as much out of each pillbox as you can. This is bad right now. Fiddy, I'm not sure if he doesn't have it scouted or doesn't realize, but yeah, he's way up right now. Fiddy's so far ahead. I was like looking at these Eagles. I'm like, okay, Eagles. And I was like, wait a second. Fiddy's way behind. Or sorry. Oh, Snap's way behind. Yellow's way ahead here. All right, so if Fiddy takes this one home, again, we are battling now. Lloyd did win all 4 in this group, so Lloyd is going on to the championship pretty much guaranteed. Oh, it is guaranteed. But we are seeing who's going to take that 3rd and 4th place spot. GI's on the backside. I love that. Staying in the game, staying swinging from O-Snap. He dives up with the IFVs. Trying to go with a base trade, doesn't have enough for it. All right, so Fiddy. All right, so Fiddy wins that one. Now on 1 win, 2 losses. Oh, Snap goes to 1 win, 2 losses. So I think our final game here is both these guys need to play Java still. All right, I think we are out of time for this group. We're gonna move on to the other group. This is, so Lloyd's, no one else can win this group. If we had enough time, it'd be kind of fun to let these guys keep playing just to see who can take 3rd and 4th. But we do need to keep the time rolling for this next group. So the next group's gonna get going here. So again, guys, so Lloyd did win in Group 1, so it's a round robin in each group. All the players playing each other once. Lloyd is going home there, undefeated 4-0. Group number 2. Starting things off now, everyone plays each other 1 point. Winner goes on to play Lloyd for all the marbles, which should be a banger because Lloyd's looking tough. All right, so we're starting things off here. We got Beals and Smerry. Group one is done. Yeah, yeah. Sorry guys, with Lloyd winning through, we just don't really have the time to do the extra games. It would have been fun to do a 3rd and 4th place, but didn't have the time for it. So sorry guys. Yeah, Group 1. If you're not Lloyd, you are done for the day. We will have possibly some open games or something later, but the tournament's done. If you're not Lloyd from Group 1, you're out. Appreciate you guys playing. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry we couldn't get you all your games. But yeah, it was fun. It was great. Good turnout today. 10 players in D4. It was fun. Kian, yeah. Yeah, you do play against the D4. You play against the semi-pro winner. I think unless we structure pro differently, it's kind of TBD at this point. Semi-pro and pro is kind of in the air still. Lloyd won through to Sheriff. Lloyd went 4-0. Nebras, we'll get you in. I think you're in D3. I'll make sure you're in the D3 one. All right. So Beals and Yellow in the bottom right. Smerry and Ren the top left. Smerry OPOP mod. He did the barn burner emoji. Let's throw a barn burner emoji. Smerry made this, so I think it's only fitting. Smerry looking for the barn burner.
Hello, my friends.
Bro Rattle in the house. All right, so Smerry pumping the rhinos, pumping the oils. Smerry's dialed in, man. Smerry spent a lot of hours watching Blitz, man. A lot of hours. Beals did, if you guys missed it in the 2v2 tournament, Beals came out and He won a couple games. Kian was kind of just hanging out. Beals was doing all the work. Yeah, it was kind of crazy with Kian slowing everything down. Beals was still able to pick up a few wins. Isn't that right, Kian? I like this. I like Smery keeping the tanks moving, got the fodder. That's pro status. Pros never let their rhinos stop moving. Constantly moving the rhinos. That's what it's all about. Covering space. You gave him the build and he didn't use it. You just kept saying, build a bunker. And then finally in the last game, you were just like, all right, fine, I'll build a bunker for you. It was his first time playing Blitz, though. So we got that warm-up in, was able to play with the Octo Kid. Hopefully some of his skills are rubbing off. Looks like he's been practicing a little bit. He's got a nice build here. Nice batch of rhinos. 2 for 2 on the crates. Nice. Oh, he's using it right now? He joined your 2 different strategies together. It's a Frankenstein strategy. He ruined the Octo Kid's strategy. And now you guys are seeing this is what the 10-minute timer is all about right now, because you do get games like this where there's not a whole lot happening. Not a whole lot happening. Happens to the best of them, though. Smery's hungry, though. Smery's hungry. Beals is hungry, too. We're going to see the chaos happen here pretty quick. Both players do have their radars out.
My truck is loaded.
Demo truck? I like the demo truck from Smery. Ooh, this leg. Yeah, Smery's internet's struggling a little bit. Yeah, so Smery now pushing tech as now Beal's out with his battle lab as well. So Smery slightly ahead on tech. Should be able to get the first IC, possibly a Kirov as well. Both players have the money for it. Yeah, so Smery out with the Iron Curtain. Yeah, Beals. So the 4 War Factories to 2. So we are going to see, so yellow Beals here is going to be pulling ahead a lot on Rhinos. Coming from the left side, and Smery is not matching him. Smery out now with an industrial plant. So Smery does have a tech advantage here, but Beals is going to have a pretty heavy Rhino advantage. Smery switches over now to Kirov's. Pushing in here, and you see Smery, so his tanks are a little strung out there, taking a lot of damage. Beal's looking pretty tough. Yeah, that's just so many rhinos. So many rhinos. I like the Kirov move. I like the Iron Curtain. You know, it's a decent strategy, but you got to keep up your rhinos. If you fall that far behind, it's not going to matter if you get your tech out. So a decent strategy, you know, if you can't beat the player in straight up Rhino Wars, you know, going Iron Curtain, getting the Kirov out, it's not a bad strategy, but you need to really be prepared to defend yourself on the back end. You need to have more Rhinos, obviously, but also some Desolators, some things like that. But Smery's Kirov's doing some work here. This base trade's not going to go in his favor, though. Too many buildings left. Beal's going to be taking that one home. All right, so we'll have Beal stay. Someone else from group number 2, whoever else wants to join in, can join in. He didn't even care about the Kirov. All right, we got Fish in here. Fish in the house. So we got Beals in yellow, Fish in red. Smery, OPOP mod. You did pretty good. I liked where your head was at. I liked where your head was at. I don't like where your internet connection's at, but I do like where your head was at. It was a good move against a player like that who was just going to Rhino Storm you. The tech push was smart. He just got so far ahead on Rhinos. All right, here we go, here we go, here we go. So we got Beals in yellow in the top left. We got Fish in red in the bottom right. Beals is looking pretty tough. So this month, last month, any of you guys who came for the tournament, it was kind of anarchy. The divisions were all over the place. D4 looked like D2, D3 looked like D1. This month we did better because we had a lot of returning players, so it was a little bit easier to level things out. Like for example, like Lloyd won through the first group today, but pretty even games realistically. Beals possibly is a little too high for this. He's pretty dialed in right now. We've only seen him in 1 point, so we'll see. But he was a newer player, and that's the hardest when you have a random person like, yo, I want to play, and it's like, how good are you? I mean, how what's the basis for that? It's hard to say. All right, so Fish down here in the bottom right. Fish, big sponsor of the stream, big supporter. He loves Red Alert 2. He loves Blitz. So it's fun to see him out here playing, hanging out. That's what it's all about. These lower divisions getting everyone involved. All right, I like it. Fish out. He's got the drone. He's got the Rhino. So far, so good. I missed some follows around here. Now you got Chris cries easily again. Hamma, thanks for the follow, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Snark with the biddies. Everyone, Snark's alive. Are we happy Snark's alive? Look how happy we are. Kane's over, Snark. Me too, man. He's abandoned me one too many times. How did the sauce look? The sauce looks great. What do you mean, Smerry? You've seen the sauce, the secret sauce. Hey, all the channel points will be should be coming back online here in about 10 minutes. You guys can pour some more secret sauce on the players. Dude, Snark's been like heavy MIA. Heavy MIA. Snark, oh, I have a job. I have a girlfriend. This and that. We're not here. We don't want to hear it, Snark. It's about Red Alert 2, man. #1 priority. And so Beals is going to pack up the MCV and run right now. Not a terrible idea. So he's going to try to slow down these tanks. Well, he doesn't slow down the tanks at all. So that was just a clean hit and run for Fish. And now Beals coming on the right side with the tanks and the MCV. Oh, and Fish gets distracted by the crates. Fish, there's no time for the crates. Go defend your homeland. He's like a little kid in the candy shop. He's like, oh, crates? Money? Fish, defend the homeland. If Fish can pull ahead here, it'll be huge. Fish pumping the drones on the back end. I love it. Fish pulls ahead. Beals brings the MCV, but Fish wins it. Fish takes it home. Fish looking OP. What a banger. Beals, close the goddamn stream, okay? Close the stream. It's like, if you're going to have the stream up, at least don't chat, like, right when your game ends, or everyone's going to call you a stream sniper. Fish, 1 win, 0 losses. Fish undefeated. Fish can retire right now. His Blitz World Series record will be undefeated. He'll go in the Hall of Fame. But a guy like Fish, that's not good enough for him. He's hungry. He's hungry. He wants more. Bud Smuggler hops in. Fish versus Bud Smuggler. Okay, okay. I like that. I like that. So you missed some
I came in. I'm like, I need to bribe you a little, so I gave some bits, and I'm hoping you'll take me back.
Yeah, the 100 biddies is all it takes around here, man. We're easy. All right, so we got Bud Smuggler in yellow in the top left and Fish in red in the bottom right. So we split the Division 4 into 2 groups. Lloyd won through the first group, 4-0, undefeated. Lloyd OP.
Oh, wow.
Yep, he had some pretty good games, actually. He went 4-0, but he won one on time that was really close. So Lloyd won through the first group. Now we're doing the round robin in the second group. That winner goes on to face Lloyd. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes here. I think this one's looking pretty easy. Pretty even so far here. Pretty even.
Hell yeah, sounds exciting to me. So, Fish going with that bunker defense. Looks like he's gonna go on a more defensive stance here.
Yeah,
Bud pumping those rhinos.
yeah, and I forget, Bud Smuggler, we saw him play a little bit yesterday. I forget. Oh yeah, you missed the 2v2 too. We had some epic 2v2 action. It was great.
Wait, who played?
A couple days ago, we did a big 2v2. It was like 12. It was 12 people, so we matched up like the best players with the worst players. So Legend and Kian were with a couple people who hadn't played as much Blitz, and so they were just like really upset and frustrated and getting double teamed. And Zed and Loka ended up winning.
Zed and Loka. Wow.
Yeah, so it kind of ended up being like the best players and the good players were like very divided, and then like the middle guys like Zed and Loka was like pretty even. It was pretty funny. Anyways, good day at 2v2 action. All right, so Fish a little bit behind here. Bud looks like he has a slight edge. He's got that fodder. Might try to make a little push here.
Yeah, he definitely has the advantage here. He has more tanks, he has more fodder. We'll see. It's gonna come down to tank control. Can Fish put up the sentry guns and defend well? He puts up a bunker, but his war factory is exposed. He is gonna try and save it here. Nice. Not a bad defense there. Not a bad defense.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this from Fish. The way he's it's very that way he's kind of bouncing back and forth, you know, using the buildings as a shield and managing his tanks is looking pretty good. I don't think Fish was playing Red Alert 2 a month ago, so he's definitely figuring things out quick. He's been in a lot of streams. He's absorbing. Little split here from Bud on the bottom right.
Ooh, now that is fancy. That little split is gonna get the MCV. In the meantime, Fish is attacking on the flip side, and Bud isn't defending, so he loses the MCV there. Let's see if Fish can counterpunch here.
And no, and so unfortunately, yeah, Bud has plenty to defend on the backside. He was able to get that MCV, so Bud pulling radically ahead right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bud looking good. He can definitely defend this. You could see he's having a bit of trouble using the split in the bottom right now, putting it to good use after eliminating the counterattack from Fish. But really well done out of both of these guys.
Yeah, yeah, and it just looks like so Bud left with an MCV and a War Factory. That elite Rhino's scary. I like the drones from Fish, gonna try to slow things down a little bit, but gonna be pretty tough here. Not much left.
Yeah, that elite Rhino's gonna clean up house. I like that Fish is switching into drones here. You know, these players are learning. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. It's so fun, you know, compared to the old days, like when I used to play Red Alert 2 competitively 15, 20 years ago, you're just playing in the dark. You get crushed by someone, you have no idea why or how. And now with all the live streaming and stuff like this, and like you got players, top level players in the chat talking to you, giving advice, and it's fun to see how fast players are able to grow. And it does make for so much more competitive game, you know, when players obviously can all get good quick. Bud
Indeed.
continuing the push here. Yeah, the the game audio cut out, guys. I'm gonna fix that after this. And Fish trying to stay alive. He's got nothing left. Bud's on an MCV, but
Oh, he's got 4 conscripts heading up.
and there's an elite in the mix. Oh, he runs it over.
Well, he put up a good fight there. At the end of the day, you know, the ability to split is, you know, Bud was also a little bit ahead on the tanks, but he also, at the end of the day, that split, just sniping that MCV off the backside, that was a winning move right there.
Yeah, it was nice, and he did a good job. He got around that bunker, snuck on the backside. It was. I mean, it was just a good move. Good move from Bud. All right, guys. So I'm gonna fix my. Give me a second to fix this audio. That's so weird. The game audio just totally cut out. All right, so Bud goes to 1 win, 0 losses. And
Dude, and I'm good, my man. It's good to be here in the casting booth. I see, damn, you've got everyone. All the cool kids are here, Ivor.
all the cool kids, man. All the cool kids. That's what it's all
All the
about.
cool kids are here. You've got the sheriff, you got QN, you got, yeah, all these great people in here. Damn. Really, really cool. All right, so
All right.
Bud takes the win here.
Yeah, sorry guys. Give me 1 second to adjust this audio. I'm not sure.
Yeah, all the cool kids and Kane are here.
Cool kids
Sorry,
plus
the
Kane.
Oh, God.
Why our game client. Okay. I'm not sure. Oh, there.
Whoa.
Oh, there we go. Audio back. Huh. Okay.
Awesome.
It's not the most
Yeah,
difficult.
if I'm being honest, I'm a little bit pissed at Kane because he's a really solid intermediate player, and he wouldn't join the Blitz tournament. He was scared.
Kane, come on, buddy. I know, Kane. I feel like we've had him in here before. He doesn't commit. You know what I mean? You got to get him on the day of. You got to like spur an attack on him, ambush him the day of. All right, let's have a fish or Bud's day. Let's have Bud's day. So someone else from group 2 can join in and play Bud. Kane, what's the deal, man? If I get a purple hat, will you come play some Blitz or what? What's the deal?
So Keelan is already planning your next map for you, Ivor.
Oh, I missed it. What did Keen? Let's hear it.
I really want to see Blitz City with water and bridges.
Ah, interesting. It's a little it's just tricky. I know we are going to after I feel like Castle was kind of like me getting a little bit more getting a little weirder, like giving a different look. This month I want to do something a little more straightforward and simple. Next month I'm kind of going to go off and on like that. Next month I am going to get something. It's going to be different next month. I'm not sure yet what, but it will be there's going to be it's going to be weird. It's going to be a weird one next month.
Oh, all right. Kane says if you get a purple hat, he'll join.
Oh, simple as that. Simple as that. Ed in the house.
I'm so excited you're here I could befriend a Chrono Legionnaire.
Epic. All right, so it's Bud versus Beal.
Beals in red, Bud in yellow. Both players going Sove. Let's keep it rolling. Kian, you can imagine it. Kian, can you draw it out? Can you draw it with crayons on a piece of paper? When you're building a map, the first thing you do is you make a really, really bad drawing. Then you send it to Snark at 4 a.m. And then you give him 2 days to finish it.
Ewan, I think, even made a map or two on his own. So.
Oh, Kian. Okay, there you go. Maybe we'll get Kian. Maybe Kian will make next month's map. Be a little unfair to let the Octo Kid have that advantage. But all right, Bud Smuggler in yellow in the top left. Beals in red in the bottom right. So both these guys on 1 win, 1 loss right now. I'm trying to think. Beals and Bud. Beals definitely, well, anyway. Yeah, everyone going so. Yeah, so in the higher divisions, we will be switching factions. When we do these best of ones, best of threes, we let the players pick their own in the lower divisions. It's also harder. There's a lot of players who just don't have the time and energy to be practicing multiple factions at the lower levels. But yeah, at the higher levels, we will be doing split factions. What do you think about the map, Snark? I guess maybe you haven't seen it get played much, but what do you, how do you feel Allied versus Soviet on it?
Allied versus, I mean, instinctually it feels like a Soviet map, right? It's you don't have enough choke points to lock it down as Allied, which is what you need early game. On the other hand, players like Artie are telling me this is hella an Allied map, so what do I know?
Yeah, and that's what's interesting to note because, you know, we did see Kong, the Kong map, and we've talked about this before, but on the Kong map, we saw a lot of Allied turtling, using the Eagles, prism walking, and Allied became very, very strong. But the big difference is, although it looks similar, the difference is on Kong, you didn't have an opening here. So on Kong, you only had left side and right side to attack your base. So you had really small choke points. On this map, we specifically added another choke point, or another entrance. So you do have 3 entrances to your base to defend. The idea with that being a bit more anti-camping, and then also with the water in the middle. If you do, you know, confine yourself to the corner with map control, the crates, kind of a minor thing, but the water. Getting an aircraft carrier out, getting a dreadnought out, is enough to close out a game. So it's supposed to incentivize getting a little bit more wild, but we've also seen these Blitz players develop an Allied that is still, it's not just a turtle Allied. They have their Grizzlies out, they're still making the other player work, and it's fun to see both factions playing well, I guess.
Yeah, so Bud Smuggler leaving half of his rhinos behind here. Not sure what's going on. Beal's taking advantage of that, killing a few of his rhinos here. Crates are now on the field, and it looks like, yeah, Bud Smuggler is going to go for the crates. Looks like he's going to try for a split here. We'll see if Beals can respond to a split. He's diving on that oil.
Yeah, he wants
Is
it.
he going to get it?
I don't think he's going to get a chain reaction out of it anyway. So that was a good build from Beals to not let that chain react. I think Bud was hoping he would get a chain reaction there, but Beals did a good job of spacing that one out.
Indeed, and that puts Beals solidly ahead on tank numbers. They're both on 3 war factories, but Bud Smuggler switching to drones knows that he has to go on the defensive now.
Yeah, so
Um,
that's good though to recognize that, especially in a Sov v Sov matchup. We see it so often in the lower divisions where it's time to go drones and you do it too late. And there's a drone coming out when the MCV is already burning. I think Bud recognizing he's behind, bringing out the drones a little early here, but then what's the counterpunch? The drones keep you in the game. How do you try to win it though? This is not enough rhinos on this bottom side.
Indeed, indeed. So it's all good and nice that you're coming from the bottom and have 2 groups of tanks, but you've got to be using those 2 groups of tanks. We see Bud pulling ahead on war factories. He now has 5 war factories versus 4 war factories, and he's got a radar out. So he might be building a little bit better, but his control so far has been lacking. He's been throwing away rhinos.
Yep, and still and Beal's just significantly up right now.
Yeah, Beals gets his 5th war factory out. Oh, and he's gonna go in here with a huge group of rhinos. Uh, he's ignoring the tanks. That's not what you want to do. There we go. Now he turns around to engage. Gonna clean up Bud's army. Drones are coming in to try and do some damage, but at this point, Beal just has so many rhinos, Ivor.
Yep, that's way too many rhinos. Beal's looking tough. Yeah, like I said, he was one of the players in D4 we didn't know. It was a little more difficult to match him. We saw him in the 2v2. He hadn't really played Blitz. He wasn't doing very well, so we thought this would be a good spot for him, but he definitely understands the pumping rhino strategy, and he's going to give a lot of these guys a hard time in D4.
Yeah, so looks like he is gonna clean up house here. And, but Bud put up a good fight here. Bud put up a good fight. I liked, you see, Bud is one of those players, you see the beginnings of splitting, right? You see that
Yeah.
he's starting to learn the skills of how to split, how to move around, how to build, how to switch into drones when you need to. He's an adaptive player, and that's what I love seeing out of these guys.
Yeah, and at the lower level, you know, there's a way to play, you know, it's kind of tricky because if you can't do them effectively, those things, um, if you can't do those things effectively, then yeah, it does put you slightly. Maybe you're better off keeping them together and just trying to get lucky. But ultimately, you want to start getting those tendencies down. You want to be playing higher level, you know, using those higher level tactics, even if you're not quite able to execute them. Because then when you get to that higher level, you know, you're going to be practicing. You're going to get more time with the splits because that's what it's going to take if you want to get better at it. So it's good to be doing those kind of things. So Beal now on 2 wins, 0 losses. Bud on 1 win, 1 loss. Okay, I don't know.
Oh,
All right. So Snark, how you feeling, man? How is your sickness? Are you over it? Can you taste food?
well, I never lost my sense of taste or
Oh,
smell. I'm not feeling sick, but I gotta say that I am feeling tired. Like I feel like I need to sleep like 12 hours a day.
yeah, I
It's
feel you.
weird.
Yeah, well, maybe but yeah, that's good though. Your body just hibernate 12 hours a day. Do that for like 2, 3 months, and then you'll like stock up all the extra energy, and then nothing can stop you. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, and for those months I'll be, I'll be missing
Yeah.
4 hours of my daytime activities.
Shit, it's already how it's been the last month, man. I hardly made it through. All right, all right. We got Smery in red in the top right. We got Bud in yellow in the bottom left. Um, and so yeah, a little
Again, a
classic Soviet,
difference here.
little Sov versus Sov action here. Bud out with the early drone. I like that. A little anti-scout.
Asbury going oil first, Bud going war factory first. It's always interesting to see that difference. Like, what do you believe in, Ivor? You know, right away war factory, start pumping those rhinos right away, or make sure I have a really decent eco, which is what we're gonna see. We're gonna see Smery have more money than Bud, right? Bud is on 1,000 and Smery's on 2.5.
Yeah, I think the I like kind of that straddling the fence. I think, you know, there was a while where Sov was a lot more one or the other, and I really like these builds we're seeing from the Soviet builds we saw come out of Castle, where these players like Jaws are just dialed in, where it's like they have a batch of rhinos, but then they also have the early IC and that early Kirov, and so I really like that. And I think generally speaking, that does start with a slightly favoring your economy a little bit more early on. Um, but then I love the Soviet, that early IC and the Kirov from the Sov versus obviously straight rhinos, diversifying. But today, obviously, we've seen a lot of straight rhino action work. And I think at lower divisions, massing rhinos and fodder and hit early punches can definitely definitely be the move.
Oh, but look at Smerry's oils. That could be a big chain reaction. Does he die for it? It looks like he is
He is
gonna
gonna
die for it.
die
He
for
going
it.
for it, and
Ooh. And so, okay. And so he chain reacted his tanks. Now Smerry's got to try to counterpunch here. He's got a couple bruised tanks, though. And Bud's got a couple to defend. Oh, but Smerry's got 2 tanks behind. He doesn't bring his other tanks. Drives right past those sentry guns. And Smerry has 3 tanks in the back of his base, not doing anything. Ooh, heavily droned. Well played by Bud.
nice defense there. Really, really nice defense out of Bud. Nice. That was impressive. Alright, both these players should be building more buildings. I feel like they're lacking a little. Crates are down on the field. We'll see who grabs those. There we go. Bud sending his drone to get one of the crates at least. Getting another one as well. Every little bit helps. Definitely worthwhile getting. Second war factory out for Bud here as he pushes in with 2 rhinos, but Smerry has 5 trillion rhinos to counter this easily. Clicking
Yeah.
those tanks.
And does Smerry's got 4K. I'd like to see him add some fodder and try to start making some counter punches here. But we're going to see Bud head up to the top side. Smerry comes in on the bottom. And again, Smerry going right through those sentries. Don't love that. Smerry really wants the MCV, man. Tunnel vision.
Yeah, he's diving for it.
Changes his mind. Now attacking the
Oh.
War Factory. Ooh, now attacking tanks. Now shooting conscripts.
Yeah, in the meantime, in the
Smerry.
top.
Smerry.
Killing.
Ooh, buddy.
He could have gotten that MCV. Now he's losing 2 drones. In the meantime, in the top, Bud is cleaning up house here. Smerry down to not a lot of defense back at home. Now switching into drones. Bud's base looking formidable.
Yeah, and Bud with the well, Bud not way ahead here. If Smerry saves his MCV, Smerry's on. If both players got 8K, Smerry is going to survive. But Bud with 2 war factories, and Bud's sending it, calling out the conscripts. I'm not sure what Smerry's thought was there, going for that MCV. Maybe he didn't have this section scouted, the left side, and maybe he thought that was his only war factory. But diving on that MCV there would have obviously been better. Hindsight 2020. But Smerry's a newer player. Again, there's no reason people to be hard on people. These newer guys, there's a lot of decisions to make. But would have been nice to get the MCV there.
Indeed, indeed. It's hard. You're under pressure. You're under attack. You're attacking at the same time. You got to choose the targets. You don't know what, and it's hard. And Smerry doing a decent job there for sure. He had a nice attack. If he would have followed through and attacked specific things, he would have gotten more damage done. And now we see Bud on 4 war factories.
Ooh, and that's going to chain react, take the MCV with it. Now you guys know that's where you don't build your oil. Yeah, and now Bud on, Bud 5. Oh, yeah, so Bud way ahead here. Yeah, not terrible. So Smerry, it was interesting, and again, we've talked about that. You have, it's like these newer players, they have the right pieces, they just don't quite have all the pieces, and they don't put them together properly. So Smerry, he had a couple defensive moves that were good, and then when he went to counterpunch, though, he drove right through the sentries. He picked the wrong target, so it fell apart a little bit. But the ideas were right, certainly. So Smerry now on 2 losses. Let's have Smerry stay. Let's have Oison join.
Well, yeah, Bud has played everyone but Oison, right?
Yeah, maybe. Smerry.
All right, he's here.
Oison is here. He's got that green ping. I love it. Smerry in red,
There we
Oison in
go.
yellow.
Very nice. So we haven't seen Oison yet. I'm excited to see what he's got.
Yeah, let's see what he brings. I forget, he did play. I think he played in a Blitz tournament last month. Uh-oh. Come on, buddy. Do this. Yes.
There we go.
Believe. He did play in a Blitz
There we
tournament, I
go.
believe, maybe last month, but he lost out the first division. I think it was kind of a mismatch. I think it was someone maybe who was a little bit higher for him, so I can't really remember. I don't think he got a very good look. So we're playing blind here. Could be anything. Could be the next Kian. We don't know. Wyson in yellow in the bottom left. Unknown. Smerry in red in the top right. newer player. He's got some right ideas, just made a couple missed decisions on 2 losses, though, but he's warmed up. He's hungry. Switching over to Allied now.
Indeed, switching over to Allied, an interesting choice here. We'll see if he can handle the Soviet pressure. We'll see if Weissen brings the Soviet pressure. Going for oil first and GGIs coming out of the barracks. I love it. And GIs for the dogs as well. So yeah, he's gonna camp down as the Allied player here, and we'll see what he can get done.
Yeah, and a lot of players who caught the tournament last month, Loka did this GGI allied, wacky allied strategy where he defends himself with infantry, brings out eagles and rockies and all sorts of wacky stuff. And it was some really fun games. I think a lot of people remember that. And these guys like Smery, I know he was in there for that. So I think he likes it. And we've talked about it before. If you're not winning Rhino Wars, you're not winning things straight up, you know, mix things up. Give your opponents a different look. Try to give them something they don't expect. And especially at these lower levels, everyone expects the early Rhinos. So, but it is funny in this game, both of these players are kind of camping in, but neither player is. It's kind of funny. Like, Weissen's got all these bunkers, and Smery's got a nice little group of Grizzlies though.
Yeah, he's not gonna be able to push in here. Weissen has more than enough to defend. Both players' eco is lacking, shall we say. We see both players hitting broke here, and that's something you want to try and learn early on. What can I do on how many oils? And that's really, really hard, right, to balance that. You see these pro players, they balance it on a knife's edge. They have the perfect eco. You see they're constantly, you know, just at about $1,000, and they're building exactly what they want to be building.
Yep. And straddling that perfectly is what it's all about, because you don't need any more than broke. I mean, early on, if you're as long as you're not bottoming out, your production's going full scale. You're not saving up to send your kids to college. You know, you do need to get a chunk of money as you want to push tech, but early on, like you said, straddling that right at that low level and just keeping your production rolling. But when you see the numbers bottoming out here, that means production is slowing down, and things can get pretty rough. Sam Jor in the house, how you doing, buddy? So Snark, Balth had an interesting proposal. How many war factories counteract being low power? So let's say you have 4 war factories, but you're low power. Does that build faster than 1 war factory that's not low power?
Remind me after this game. I'll open up the file and I'll tell you the precise numbers.
We'll get to the bottom of it. Good.
We'll get to the bottom of it. We are getting a bit of lag here, which is unfortunate, but we're seeing Smery make good use of those eagles. He's already killed about 3 rhinos with the eagles. Now, that's something a Soviet player doesn't want to happen, because it really is, especially in the early game, all about those 3 extra rhinos to defeat the Allied army. That's all it requires.
Yep.
So you really don't want.
And the Rockies in, no anti-air there. Nice use of the Rockies.
Indeed, and the Grizzlies rushing, but there's the GGIs and the Grizzlies and the Rockies. Beautiful defense out of Smery. And the Weissen now spamming that infantry. He has a lot of money. He doesn't have enough anti-air here. He does have 2 flak cannons, but if Smery wanted, he could come in there and snipe that war factory.
Yeah, and Smery, and that's one of those ones too, we see these top level guys in Blitz, especially the Eagles, constantly flying. They know their targets, they know what they can hit. And that's a big part of it, especially so Smery now on 8K. I'd love to see a second AFC. I'd love to see more Eagles. Just keep those things lapping and picking targets. And Weissen's pumping the Rhinos, pumping the Tesla Troopers. But Weissen's in a very dangerous spot against an Allied player. He's so confined. He's going to get massive chain reactions. Either of these oils in the bottom left here would be really, really juicy. He's got some flat cannons up now, but love to see Smery add 4 more Eagles in and start picking them apart. Single shoots 1 Rhino. Love it.
Yeah, loses 2 Eagles for it as well, but both these players were going to notice their money. I mean, Smery now teched up, which is nice, but Weissen should have had 4 war factories at this point. Still doing a decent job defending. It looks like he's going to try and go in now, but with so many GGIs, Rocketeers, GIs, and defenses, I don't see how he could get anything done here.
No, I love it. And we've talked about it before. Soviet versus Allied. The longer the game goes, the more it's in Allied's favor. And if you can't get something done early on, things go south quick. And what you got to do is when you see that happening, you got to push your own tech. You got to get the Kirovs. You got to get the Iron Curtain. And on this map, map control could be big. You could try to push in and try to take the water. Neither player doing that. But Smerry with a very diverse portfolio now. As the Battle Fortress comes out, he's got his Eagles. Yeah, Smerry's sitting nice.
Yeah, and he's gonna fill up those battle fortresses. He's got everything an allied needs. The only question is, does he know how to, bring down the hammer, like you say?
Yep, yep, and if you don't know how to do that, it's going to come down to time, and then and things can. We've seen things not favor the attacker because they lose so many units, failing to finish their opponent. So Smerry, I like. He's juicing up. He's not gonna throw his punch too early here. Getting things ready. He's got some mirages out. Prism tanks are the move for the battle bunkers, I would say. Is that right, Snark? Or
Indeed, 100%. All you need is 1 or 2 prism tanks with this army, and you win the game within 1 minute.
Yep, and that's a good point too. It's not an army of a couple prism tanks, well supported and defended. The range on them is massive. They can just pick things apart. Still trying to make things happen with these Eagles. It's not bad. Yeah, keep picking off those bunkers. So he's got, so now the 3 AFCs. It's time to make something happen. They're just playing SimCity right now. Zed in the house.
I'm so excited. If you're here, I could pop a balloon.
Pro Rattle,
Yes.
anyone who's wondering what division you guys are in, if you go to my Discord, you go down to the tournament section, you will be in a private group with your division. So if you are a Division 3 player, you will see a private group that says Division 3. You should only be in one group based on your division. If you're not in a division, message me and I will get you in the private group. We got divisions for everyone. Matches, tournaments, show matches, free-for-alls, not just the tournament. We got all sorts of stuff. If you want to play in the games, you join the division on Discord, and then I message in the division. I say, hey, I got a game for some D3 players. And then you guys say, hey, I want to come play. Simple as that. What division is Snark in? I forget. D1, Snark? I think D1. I think you're in
Awesome.
D1.
I guess I will have to look as well and see
I think
which
Snark's
private group I'm in.
I think Snark's D1. He's coming for pro. He's coming for Kian. That's what he's been saying.
Yeah. Kieran, better be careful. I'm coming. No doubt about it. We've got 3 AFCs again. This is something
It's
we
4
we-
AFCs.
4 AFCs. So we spoke about it. Oh, look at all those drones in the corner.
Yep, and he's picking them off nicely with those Rockies. Yeah, and so hammer time. We need a, oh, well, Smerry, my animation guy is in the game, so I can't tell him, but we need a hammer time emoji that's like, drop the hammer. Because, well, this is why we got the 10-minute timer. Because neither of these players have attacked each other yet.
Dude, all right, he's sending in all the Eagles at once. What is his target? Let's see. Goes for the MCV, gets it. Loses 1,000,000 Eagles for it.
Lost
Don't know
all-
if that was worth
He
proposed.
lost.
Oh,
It doesn't matter.
all right. Ison sending all of his tanks to their death. That's gonna give Smerry a decent amount of points. Ison definitely, after killing all those Eagles and getting a lot of points for that, he should have just chilled in his base.
Yeah, realistically, that's a good point. The Eagles he's been killing has been a lot of points. But, these players, a lot of, that's a pretty, players don't really be thinking points and clock at the lower level. Oison literally might not even know there is a 10-minute timer. So Smerry now sending a few tanks. You just send it. Send the farm, buddy. Send it all. Well, or maybe not. I mean, if you're not going to end it, then you're going to lose on points. I don't know what you do. I mean, Smerry needed to drop the hammer about 2 minutes ago. These Rockies aren't going to get anything done. There's 1,000.
Oh. He even has the Chronosphere, which he's gonna be able to literally pop off like 1 in-game minute before the game ends.
Yeah, he will get to use that chrono, and maybe Smerry is putting together a highlight reel. He's baiting us, making us think we don't know what he's doing, and he's going to chrono to end the game. Who knows? Who knows? So the Mirage is coming in to clean out the flag tracks, clear some space for those Rockies.
Oh,
Wow.
that's a lot of mirages.
Digital Ronin, 24. Thanks for hanging out,
Alright.
buddy.
Coming in with the Rockies as well, he might lose a lot of points for these Rockies.
It is going to come down. Oh, this clock. This timer's because of the lag. The timer's going slow. This is a long game. We're already at 10:30.
Yeah, that's a good point. We have 2 in-game minutes left. Can
Can
Smerry clean it up on time?
If somehow Smery didn't end this, it's possible Smery could lose on points because of the amount of Eagles and Rockies he's lost.
Yeah, yeah, it is possible. Smery, finish it off, Smery. Everything is happening very late. Yeah, there was quite a bit of lag in this game.
Oh my god, he's not going to do it. He's not going to finish it off.
Oh god, it's gonna come down to points. And
So
Smery wins. Okay.
Smery wins pretty decisively. Yeah, just way up on the kills. I guess the building kills. Yeah, I forget. Buildings are valuable. Buildings are valuable. So Smery does take that one home.
Indeed. Well played. Again, he could have dropped the hammer a long time ago. That's something players do need to learn how to do. Because, you know, maybe you're losing so many games, you're like, okay, I don't care, I'm going allied and I'm just gonna defend, so I might win on points, right? But if you see you're in a position that you are winning, you gotta know how to drop the hammer.
Yeah, and especially because as you get to a higher level too, opponents will make you pay for that. You know what I mean? Like if you like at this lower level, like Smery was, but letting another opponent not dropping the hammer, it will come back and bite you as you get into higher level. Players will take advantage of that. So you definitely need to know how to end game, and ending game tactics can be difficult. Knowing how to end in game without throwing a bunch of units, doing things effectively, not letting the opponent counterpunch. Yeah, I mean it's very interesting part of it. Oison, I told Oison to okay. Oison left. It's not. I'm not sure exactly what you're looking for, but there isn't a list of all the players. You are in you are in a private. You should be in a private Discord with your division. The player lists aren't really set until the day of the tournament. All the players, so players are all in their private Discord based on their division, and then the day before the tournament, I say who's playing tomorrow, and everyone tells me. A Will Smith slap for 2,000 Blitz tokens. That could be fair. All right. Oison in yellow in the top right, Fish in red in the bottom left. I don't know what you're asking, Assam. You can type !tourney and you can see the well, that's not going to help. The players aren't in there, so it doesn't really help.
All right. So we saw Oison go for a very defensive build, and it looks like he's going to do the same thing this game. Fish, on the other hand, really spreading out, and look at Fish, he's going to get the lighthouse. Is he planning to go naval?
Taking the lighthouse. I love it. I love where his head's at. Yeah, and Fish, Fish is a big fan of the game. Like we talked about, he's a big supporter of the stream, and he likes the exciting games. And I love that in his head, he's like, I want to be an exciting player. He spent a lot of time watching the games. He knows what the spectators like, and I like that he's out here trying to put on a show for us. Grabs the naval yard, brings the early radar. He must be trying to push early tech. And Oison, assuming he just saw that last game, we know that Oison is a very conservative player. So I love this from Fish. The early battle app. Let's bring the Kirov. Let's bring the Dreadnoughts and drop the hammer here. I love where Fish's head's at. He doesn't have the money. Could have got another oil or two out, but he's on the right track.
Yeah, really, really nice. I love the players that adapt, Ivor. I love the players that see something, and they know, and they come in with a plan, and they execute that plan. That's what I love seeing, and that's exactly what we're seeing out of Fish right now.
Yep, that's exactly right. And I love the early naval. He is so broke. Right now he's building an Iron Curtain, a Dreadnought, and a Kirov, and he's just like, damn it. I want all three of these things at once.
Yeah, well, eco-balancing is a difficult thing for sure. Using that there, so here come the crates. Oh, this could be what he needs, some crates.
Oh, some crates. Oh, the crates are a big move. I love that. I love that.
The Dreadnought is out. What is the target? Gets a War Factory for starters. Ooh, but can he defend this Dreadnought?
Gonna lose that.
It's
gonna get the MCV. Those two should get it.
Oh.
And Fish looking tough. I love it.
Wow. Very, very nice here. There we go. Fish attacking the War Factory. No more War Factories for Oison. And Fish, the man with a plan, coming in here, executing very nicely. I'm impressed, Ivor.
Uh,
I'm really impressed.
I love it. I love it. And we've talked about before. You play your opponent. You know, that's what it's all about. And he watched that last game. He knew that Oison was going to play conservative. And this is exactly how you counter it. And I think the water, you know, the water we've added in on the crater maps recently, I love that. It really incentivizes, it really prevents turtling because it's just massive. And it really rewards the player who has the map control and plays more aggressive. And we saw here closing out this game. Well played by Fish.
Yeah. Really, really nice. And 4 minutes closes it out. Very quick, very nice, very efficient. Came in with a plan, executed that plan, and that's what I like seeing, man.
Yep, yep. That's just good clean blitz. All right, so Fish taking home a win, Oison taking home another loss. We're gonna have Oison stay. Whoever has not played Oison, Beals, why don't you come hop in here? I think Beals is up. You can play your 4th game. Lloyd, the championship, best of 3, I think. Unless you guys want best of 5, we'll probably do best of 3. Gene, you love the game. I love that you love the game, buddy. First time chat. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, okay, so basically, guys, let me run this, let me make this clear real quick. So basically, you guys can see this Canva if you want. You type !Discord, or sorry, !tourney, or !bracket, and it's going to bring up this, and you can see the dates and stuff, but it only has the players as we go. So like the D3 players, I don't know who the D3 players are. There's like 20 of them in the group chat, and on the day of, maybe 6 show up. So if you want to play in the tournament, you join the private Discord for your division, and then I will post updates in there. If you're confused, message me on Discord.
So it works like this. Apparently, depending on the amount of power you're lacking, that's how much your production slows down. Now, the minimum being 50%. That means that, like, even if you have just a tiny bit of low power missing, you're already going to be down 50%. But the more power you're missing, it can go all the way up to 80% slower production.
Oh, wow. Okay. I did not know that power production slowed based on how much low power you had. I thought you were low power or full power. That's
Yeah, no, so apparently not.
Wow. Toldy192 with the follow. Thanks, buddy. Smerry, you feel humiliated. I'm sorry, man. Lag. Man, lag is rough. You try to make a joke about it. You have a funny lag monster, but at the end of the day, man, it is rough. It is rough. So okay, so if you have extremely low power, your production can slow down 80%. That's the max?
Yeah, basically.
Interesting. So I guess the question gets complicated because now we're talking about how low power are you.
Exactly.
And then, is there a set multiplier that each War Factory does? Like, is it 10%?
Yes. It's it multiplies the speed by 0.8, but that means, so like, okay, so let's say you have 2 War Factories, right?
Yeah.
So it's at 0.8 production speed. 3 War Factories, it's going to be 0.64. Right, 4 War Factories is going to be 0.512, because it keeps multiplying by 0.8 to the previous number.
Wow. Oh, right, so it's exponential, okay. Wow.
Exactly.
This was not a simple equation.
But to answer Balt's question very simply, right, it's going to be about 5 War Factories. If we're just going to average all those numbers out and try to smoothen it out, it's going to be about 5 War Factories, so that you're building rhinos at your regular speed, even though you're low power.
Interesting. Wow. So the answer to the question, we don't really, it's very complicated.
Very complicated. Yeah, I mean, I could draw out the graphs for Balth if you really want.
Balth wants the graphs.
Alright, so what do we got here in the meantime? Let's get back to the real game here as we have...
Yeah, like a D4,
Oison.
there's a little bit more time in these D4 matches to talk early on. Like the first couple minutes, not much happens, you know, compared to like the top level where it's like immediately like, oh my god. It's just a little rhino dances early on, a bit of lag, which is always fun. Yeah, Oison not camping this time. He's spreading himself out a little bit. He's not bringing out those early bunkers. He realizes he needs to go toe-to-toe. He's pumping the war factories, but Beals is ahead. No, the
Yeah,
names are...
yeah,
The, oh, sorry. Fish. Yeah, Beals is in red, not Fish.
Oh.
Fish. Yeah, Fish goes, I seem to be doing very well. Beals is in red, guys. Beals is in red. Wyson is in yellow.
Yeah, so Zed is like, who cares about all these fucking numbers? Just manage your power and your amount of war factories with eco. What's the problem?
Yeah, that's Zed. He wins one 2v2 tournament. Now everything's easy for him. It matters, Zed. This matters, okay? If you have to decide between what building you have to sell because you're broke and you have to build one more tank, the question is, do you sell the power or the war factory? It matters. Beals is on so many rhinos right now.
Yeah, damn, look at this, man. I mean, Beals with 5 war factories, huge tank numbers, and look at these splitting skills out of these players. I swear, Ivor, they get better every single game.
Yeah, and Oison's playing a lot better game right now, and I love that. But Beals is just a force, and he's proven himself in this matchup. His only loss is to Fish with that bit of a blunder with that MCV move. I think that's his only loss right now. So now Oison pumping the drones. Yeah, Oison looking warmed up.
Indeed, Wyson playing a completely different game here. Still needs to manage his building, his eco a little bit better, but really doing a nice, decent job defending here, spamming those drones. It isn't going to be enough here as Beals comes in with a huge force and just
Massive.
starts wrecking the base. But definitely, I love seeing improvement, and that's what we're seeing out of these guys. They're learning every single game. It's like, you know, you watch a Weiss in 2 games ago, and he decided, nope, that's not the strategy. He adapted, and now he's trying to implement, and that's what I love seeing.
Yeah, it was a great adjustment. Not gonna be quite enough, but it was a good adjustment. And yeah, and Lloyd's got to be in here thinking, what's the strategy? What is the strategy? I think it's very likely we see Beals and Lloyd in the championship, and it'll be interesting to see if Lloyd can bring something. Both these players have been playing some really good blitz today, but yeah, Wyson adjusted well. So Beals puts another win up there. So that brings Beals. He finishes 3 wins, 1 loss. Wyson on 3 losses. Let's get Fish and Fish. Who have you not played yet?
Get this party started. All right, so Smery back to Soviet. We did
Yes.
see him.
Yeah, I had that name. Sorry, I had that name wrong in the last game, guys. So Beals was the one who won that, not Fish. I'm adding a little confusion to it. It's a joint effort around here today. All right, Fish in red in the bottom right, Smear in yellow in the top left. What are you feeling? How you feeling, Snark?
How am I feeling? I mean, from what we've seen so far, Smery actually did a really, really nice job as Allied. The other game, I would have liked to see him go Allied here. I suppose he still prefers Soviet. Fish also has proven to be decent, so in an SVS battle, I actually think we're gonna get a pretty decent game here.
Yeah, yeah, I think I slightly favor Fish. I think Fish has been. I like what Fish has been doing, but Smery, yeah, Smery keeps. He's been practicing, and he's been practicing as Sove. He got a little tilted or whatever and went Allied and did win that point, but ultimately does feel more comfortable as Sove. But I liked his Allied look. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
see.
so Oison promising revenge in the chat. He says he'll be back. He'll get better. I love that.
That's the spirit, man. That's the spirit. Yeah, I'm always worried about players who I'm like, oh, if they get beat, hopefully they don't feel bad. They never come back. But the thing is, the best is the kind of guys who it's like they get in there, they get smacked around, and then they say, I'm hungry now. Who wants to practice? Who wants to put the reps in? Let's study some games. Coming back next month. There's always time to redeem yourself in Blitz. We constantly got events going on. Another tournament, another map next month. Always room for improvement. Always time for revenge. Pretty even builds right now. Pretty even.
Yeah, and we've seen that on all levels, Ivor. Every single level, it's like the best player in the world the first month was not the best player in the world the second month.
Yep.
But like you said, pretty even. They're base walking towards each other.
Yeah, I like the fodder though. Smear slight fodder advantage.
Indeed, we're gonna see, can these players spam the sentry guns? Ooh, Fish makes a radar. And Fish is gonna go for the lighthouse.
Yep, and we did see this. Remember, he brought that wacky turtle crack strategy. Wait, was that Fish who did that? He brought the dreadnoughts. That was Fish got to win with that, right? Yeah, that's right.
I think so. I think it was Fish versus Oison, if I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken.
and again, so Fish is and Fish brings out the battle lab, dead broke right now. I'd love to see him. I'd love to see just one drone. Have one drone be your designated crate grabber. Put him on a hotkey. Have him go down there and swoop up some money. That would have been huge for Fish right now, as he's on battle lab tech. He does get 2 crates, so that's a nice little bump from those crates. And we'll see what he brings here. He's got enough rhinos to defend. I'd love to see him commit to this tech. Get a Kirov out. Get a Dreadnought out. And Smery might just know he's behind on tech and might have to feel like he has to send it here.
Yeah, indeed. So we're going to see what Smery's reaction is to this naval yard. If he knows it exists, he really wants to react to it quickly. But Fish somehow managing to keep his tank numbers really decent.
Yeah, somehow he has all of this macro, this back end stuff going on, and somehow he's staying on top of it on the rhinos as well. Well played by Fish. Well played.
Yeah, the Dreadnought coming in here, taking out the War Factory. Smery's gonna try to make a move here. Fish has more than enough to defend against this. Now going for the MCV with the Dreadnought. And Fish really doing a nice job here.
Yeah, and Fish is playing the map really, really well. You know, we saw it obviously against the Turtle player. It was the perfect strategy. But even here, the way that he was able to manage his front end stuff and his rhinos was really, really nice. Now splitting the dreads on different targets, top level stuff. Love that from Fish. Fish looking strong.
Really, really, really nice move there.
So Fish, so that does bring us to 3 wins, 1 loss. Smery goes to 1 win, 3 losses. I think we do have another match here. Oh, Bud Smuggler has to play Oison still. And we could have a 3-way tie. Bud Smuggler and Oison, hop on in here, guys. Rafa, 9007. It is not the final. We are finishing out the prelims here. Moving on to the final. A few games left. Yeah, I think we'll do. Should we do 3 people on 1 map? It just depends if these guys what kind of tie. We have at least 1 or 2 points left. Snark already kicked you, buddy. I have a lot of fans in Cuba. That's great, man. I love Cuba. Big fan of Cuba. I went to Cuba. I went, where did I go in Cuba? Vinales. Went and hung out in Vinales for a couple weeks. Got really sick. Drank a mojito. I don't know. Maybe the wrong water. My stomach couldn't handle it. Got pretty sick. And then I got this nasty spider bite on my foot, and I had an open wound. And then I was walking through this field to go rock climbing, and it started raining. And then it was like knee-deep water, and it was like a cow field, so it was like cow poop water. And then all of a sudden I got out of the water and I looked down, I had an open wound, and I was like, oh no. So all the cow poop water had got into the open wound. Nasty infection. My whole foot was the size of a bowling ball. I had to go to the hospital. But I do really, really like Cuba. It was great rock climbing. Great food. Nice people. Beautiful. Just can't be walking through cow fields barefoot. It was my own fault. All right. This is what happens when Snark's not around here. We get off track, man. What are we talking about? All right. Bud in red in the bottom right. Oison in yellow in the top left. We've got a bit of a standoff here as Oison pumps a ton of early drones and conscripts. I love it. Mix and match. Bring in different looks. Oison with the drone army. Adam. Oh, I missed your message, Adam. Oh, I'm sure Adam's not here. He's a kind of a hit and run kind of fan. Had a crazy dream. Oh my god, a crazy Ivan hits the oil? That's hilarious. Love that. Love that. Adam, I want to hear about the dream, man. Yeah, I am lucky I didn't lose my foot. Actually, it was really easy. Cuba has incredible healthcare. It was like 20 bucks. I got in, a doctor like cleaned it out for me, got me antibiotics. It was like the most efficient medical experience of my life. Okay. Oiasin actually doing a pretty good job with those drones. And Oiasin on a second war factory now. He's not bottoming out his money. He's only on 2 oils. Yeah, that's right, because he lost that 1 oil. Damn, so that crazy Ivan losing that oil was pretty big. Wings with the follow.
A new comrade joins us.
Tom with the follow too? Yes, the skeleton army was just enough to get you guys excited. Love it. Alright, so Oiasin going in here. Gonna try to snipe this oil. Gotta be careful. You don't want to get too much splash damage. Let's see. Is that far enough to not get splashed? Let's see. No splash damage. Smooth. Ooh, gonna dive again here. That was not the right choice. Loses the rhinos. Doesn't get the oil. Doesn't thin out Red's rhinos. Wrong decision. It's a game of decision making. Game of decision making. Smary Wings is your brother? Nice. Late to the party. He missed your games. And Smary, yeah, the connection was better when you switched over to your good Wi-Fi. Heavily droned. Oiasin trying to slow things down here, but it's one thing to delay your death. It's one thing to defend, but you got to be looking to counterpunch. Got to be looking to counterpunch. Got to be looking to counterpunch. All right, so... I like Oiasin sends in this single rhino. The single rhino. All right, Bud is way up here. Hopefully Bud drops the hammer. We are running out of steam here. We are running out of steam. All right, so secret sauce. Oiasin needs the secret sauce just in time. Hopefully that's enough for him. All right, so we're gonna have a 3-way tie. Damn. We gotta run it. We just gotta run it. We gotta. Each of those guys gotta play each other 1 game. Three games. Not really another way to do it. Alright, so Bud wins. Damn, 3-1. Yeah. Alright, so... Alright, Bud and Fish. Bud and Fish, hop in here. Alright, Fish, join on in. These guys got to play each other. That's how we got to do it. Bud and Fish. All right, so to avoid a tiebreaker here, these guys are going to play each other. So it's going to be, we got to run these 3 games, just how it's got to be. So we don't have a contingency in place. Can't do it now. Got to roll with the punches. So these guys are going to play each other. Hopefully fast games. We'll see. We haven't really had that many long games. Well, actually we have. I'm just trying to be positive. Fish and yellow, Bud and red. Winners of these, your wins will, we're going to calculate how fast you win. So if there's a 3-way tie, we'll break it with time. Lucky unicorn with yellow. All right, so if we run into a tie here, you want to win these games fast.
Good luck. Have fun. Don't die.
All right, so we'll run that. We'll run that. So yeah, so again, guys, we won't be able to get into them. We're gonna run these 3 games, then we'll do the championship. We'll probably do a best of 3 championship. So these are rolling pretty fast. Probably another 15 minutes here in the prelims, then we should be able to get into the championship. All right, so Bud and Fish coming at each other now. So Fish has brought some kind of wacky openings. You know, he's brought that early tech. He's gone naval, gone dreadnoughts.
Wake your ass up, cause it's time to go beast mode.
Fish going beast mode. Hopefully, I want to see Fish put on a show. Fish is pretty entertaining, man. I've enjoyed watching him, but Bud, you know, these players now kind of start to know each other a little bit. You know, Bud's going to expect that from Fish, and I think Bud's just going to try to bring the early rhinos and make something happen here. Wait, Snark didn't even say anything. He just abandoned us. All right, VW. Yeah, we're gonna try to run VW and Ed later today, but it's so funny when people message me on Discord like during the stream, like, "Yo, what up? Why aren't you messaging?" It's like, dude, I'm in here. I'm streaming. Come on, just come talk to me in the chat. And again, Fish out with the Dreadnought again. Oh my god, this Dreadnought, so many juicy targets. Goes directly for the war. Would have loved to see him hit the oil, make the most of that, but hey, we'll take what we can get. Crazy Ivan. Ooh, that Crazy Ivan, did it get a bomb down? I don't think so. 2 Dreadnoughts now. Fish is a monster. What is the counter for the Dreadnoughts? These players have not quite figured it out yet. He moves the MCV. Oh, but he dives in with the Rhinos. He gets the Dreadnoughts out of position. It was a nice hit, though, and a couple drones from Fish as well. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I don't know though. Fish is playing pretty good, but like some of these things could be players aren't countering. Players aren't playing Fish. Fish is playing a different strategy, and players just aren't countering right now. So, but like they just like you can't allow Fish. You know he's going Navy. You can't allow it. So Fish does take it though. Well played by Fish. All right, Beals, you're in here. Beals, hop in. Ooh, I forgot to check the time. If someone wants to rewind and check the time and let me know, that'd be great. Hey, Wyson, you did fine, man. I mean, I just got recruited you to join the tournament, you know, 12 hours ago. A lot of these guys have been playing this map and stuff. They've been watching Blitz more. You did totally fine, man. I mean, you should have. These guys just have more experience on the map. But yeah, I mean, I think the camping stuff doesn't really work generally. These maps are made to not be camp friendly. So your first couple points when you were camping didn't work well, but when you stopped camping, you played pretty good. It's good tank control and stuff. But again, these guys just, you know, you're playing with people who have some more Blitz experience than you, and it makes a difference. The build orders and stuff are a lot different. You did good, buddy. You did good. All right, so Fish, I don't know if Fish tries to go. If Fish is gonna try to go Navy again, if he can pull it off, he'll go to the championship. If Fish wins this one, if Beals wins it, the show goes on. The show goes on. Leads the dogs past the bunker. I like that. Fish has got 3 conscripts going on a quest. Love that. Love that. All right, all right, all right. So now Fish out with the bunkers. He's going to try to delay, push his tech, and he's going to go Navy again. And we'll see if Beals can try to counter it. Beals is looking a little different this time. I feel like Beals is normally on like 8 war factories. We're only at the 2-minute mark, I guess. Beals now out with his 2nd war factory. He's got the oils pumping now. So Beals, ooh, and Fish. So this is the problem. We've seen, you know, Fish, this build he's been doing, it's been working, but like we talked about, people haven't really been countering it. So, you know, Fish is super broke. So this point in the game, when he pushes tech like this, he's so broke. And here come the crates. So, like, if Fish was in position to grab these crates, he gets the drones down there. How many can he get? 1. Split the drones, split the drones, split the drones. And Beals is going to try to go for it here. And so Fish, that was nice. I'd love to see Fish get that 3rd crate. That's exactly what Fish needs. And those crates are big for Fish right now. So Fish, I'd love to see him juice a couple more bunkers up. Here comes the naval yard. And so the dreadnoughts are going to get out. But see, he doesn't have map control. He can't really control here. He's droning nicely, though. Nice use of drones. Another one gets in. You can see a Desolator from Fish. A Desolator to help defend that naval yard. The naval yard's the juicer right now. Fish can keep it in the game. He also wants to get that... he also wants to get a... So now he's bringing his tanks. Yeah, I don't love this. I don't love this. I think he should have tried to defend the naval yard. The naval yard is how he can win this battle. So he is going to go for a base trade, and he has a dreadnought to help him with the base trade. He just... Oh, and he's droned. Beals is droned. So this dreadnought needs to get going. And so the rhinos are in here. The dreadnought's going. And this is a base trade. And oh, but Fish decides to pull out. I think you commit to the base trade here. I think you're looking strong. Yep, I target, use the dreadnoughts. Use the dreadnought, use the rhinos. He's droned on the backside. Ladies and gentlemen, Fish is going to the championship with the dreadnought rush. I love it. I love it. I love when wacky stuff works. Wow. Yeah. So Lloyd, get ready to rock and roll, man. Get ready to rock and roll. So it was a 3-way, but if one player beats the other 2... Wait, is there any way that someone... No, because Fish won both his games, and now Beals and Bud also both have won another loss. So Fish, Beals... yeah, so there's no reason to play the other game. So Fish goes on. Fish is in the championship. Lloyd. All right. So Fish and Lloyd in the championship. Let's go. So championship time. Lloyd and Fish. So Lloyd, I know you mentioned you would prefer best of 5. Do you still want best of 5? I know this is going a little bit longer. I'm down for a best of 5 for the championship. If you guys both agree to best of 5, we'll do best of 5. If not, we'll do best of 3. Best of 17, Fish says. Fish is hungry. I love that. All right, Fish, we'll do a best of 5. get the scoreboard turned on. And let's roll into the championship. Been a long day of games. Coming on 2 hours, 40 minutes. I told everyone it'd be 2 hours. Looks like it'll be more like 3 hours. We're going to get a little better about that. We're going to try to be a little more realistic in the future. Lloyd in yellow, Fish in red. This is the championship, guys. Lloyd and Fish, best of 5 championship game here. Lloyd is spelt wrong. Lloyd. Fish. Lloyd, Fish. Where do I got the name spelled wrong? Well, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. All right, let's get it going. The spotlight's on the wrong side. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not just another round of the Blitz World Series. It's the moment we've all been waiting for. The championship. All right, let's get it going. Best of 5. Winner taking home $20 and moving on to the Division 3 bracket. We started with 10 players today. We have boiled down to the final 2. Here we are. Barn burner. I'm ready for a barn burner, man. Both these guys have proven themselves. Been banging out all day. Now, from Fish, we've seen this early, wacky, tech rush, Navy. He's won his last 3 games with Dreadnoughts, and it's worked. But Lloyd's been in the stream. He's been watching, and what the problem is, Fish is stringing himself super early on, spreading himself super thin and going broke. There's a period of the game where he's super broke when he pushes his battle lab, tries to push those dreadnoughts, and during that time, his opponent should be able to get a massive Rhino advantage if he uses it. So we'll see if Lloyd's able to assess the weaknesses and make something happen here. Both players trading some early drones early on. I spelled Lloyd wrong. I'm just spelling names the way that they like, you know what I mean? Because people just add random letters. It's like technically his name is Lloyd with 2 L's. It FC 96. You know, I was like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? So we're keeping it simple with the names. Technically, it's rfish 89. Maybe the rfish 89 versus Lloyd. It FC. Got to keep it simple. Got to keep it simple. Clean and quick. Clean and quick. That's why I call him Loca. Local guy, not local guy. We call him Loca. Plus, Loca's a cool word. TS Engu, he gets it. He likes people keeping it simple. He throws a follow. I love that. Thanks for the follow, buddy. All right, so Lloyd. Yeah, so Lloyd's playing this right. He's pumping those early rhinos, but I think Fish might be diversifying here, giving us a different look. We don't see him. The secret sauce for Fish. I think he's going to need the secret sauce here. Lloyd has proven himself. He did go 4-0 in his prelim matches this morning, undefeated on the day. Lloyd definitely understands the assignment here in Blitz, and he's one of the players today in this Division 4 bracket that's really been bringing some nice splits. We haven't seen a lot of the players pull him off as effectively as him, so we'll see if Fish is able to counter it. Fish is going for the Navy now. Here comes the engineer, going to capture that lighthouse. I love it. Miko McNoob with the follow. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for the support, guys. Okay, yeah, I like this. So Lloyd gearing up from both sides. So Fish with a bunch of sentry guns. And if you are going to try to push that early tech, that's the way to do it. Naval yard super exposed here. So not much value in that. Won't be able to get a dread out. And Lloyd's coming from the right. Lloyd's coming from the left. And Fish, not much left to do here. Even with the secret sauce. Even with the secret sauce. Lloyd has so many rhymes. He tries to build it out in the middle to try to like hide it. This was put by design on this map, trying to create the naval in a position where the land can counter it. So he does get the dreadnought out, but And so he's going to try to run with the MCV. So he's just trying to stay alive and let this Dreadnought go to work. But it's going to be very, very difficult here. He's just way behind. You know, some Desos could have been nice here. Maybe some Deso his whole base, pump a bunch of drones, and then let the Dreadnoughts go to work. The Dreadnoughts are out. I'd love to see the MCV go for a run. Run with the MCV. Run with the MCV. Oh, he's splitting targets. He's splitting targets. Oh, that's going to be only a couple buildings left here. He's trying to defend the naval yard, but he's not repairing it. There's only a couple buildings left. The sentry gun's the last building. Wacky little base trade there. But Fish, if Fish could have delayed that a little bit longer, who knows? Who knows? So Lloyd puts the first one on the board. I'll give Lloyd his other L. There you go. Tomato, tomato. There you guys go. Now Lloyd has his other L. My eyes just kind of glaze over when I read player names. I pick like a word that makes sense, and then I just got to run with it. There's 70 players this month. It's like most players' names literally can't even be pronounced. So not being culturally insensitive, just because most names are just gibberish. That's the world we live in. Online names, gibberish. Except Cruelty Squad. Cruelty Squad, that name's very straightforward. All right. Fish now switching over to Allied in the bottom right. We got Lloyd in yellow in the top left. So Fish gonna go Allied here. Try to give him a different look. Lloyd's strategy is pretty tried and true. He's pumping the early rhinos, and he's gonna shove them down your throat. And so what's the counter for that? I don't know, but I think Fish is gonna be a little bit in trouble in a longer series here, because Fish straight up tank wars, micro splits. I think Lloyd is a fairly higher class than Fish. Fish is a little bit less experienced, hasn't been playing for very long, and just kind of falling behind on those traditional mechanics, I think. But he does understand strategies and also kind of trick plays, Hail Marys. Like we said, he won. He got his way here with Dreadnoughts, basically, and players not being able to counter him. So once you have a player start countering your tricky stuff, the question is, how much more tricky stuff do you have? So we'll see. We'll see what he can bring in. Allied's a good place to start. Try to give him a different look because, like I said, Lloyd's Rhinos are coming, and they have proven to be a big issue for players in this division. Undefeated on the day. And Lloyd with the super early rhinos. That's exactly what you want to do against an allied player here. Yeah, make them have to really, really commit. And you got to expect that and just build the pillboxes, build the infantry. And Lloyd doing a great job of running away from the infantry now, staying alive, doing a lot of early harassment here. It's going to be a quick one for Lloyd. And then to make matters worse with the names, everyone in the chat lies to me. I was calling Latov Latouf for an entire day. Like he had some French name or something. Latouf. And then the other day, everyone was calling me it was Pro Ratool. Everyone was like, yeah, it's Pro Ratool. It's Pro Rattle. It's not Pro Ratool. So I can't even trust you guys. People in the chat lying to me. Paradrop on the back end. I like that. I like that. Fish. Like I said, Fish has got tricks up his sleeve, man. He's looking to make things interesting. I love it. I love it. But unfortunately, Lloyd doesn't need any tricks because he's got 1 million rhinos and a demo truck, which is nice as well. He's able to save the MCV. It's a good paradrop, though. Haven't seen a lot of decisive paradrops today. The Eagle's coming in. Oh, he packs it up just in time. Yeah, in a best-of-5 series like this, no reason to quit out early. Make your opponent work for it. Try to give yourself a little bit extra time to assess so that you don't go into that next point tilted as much. Yeah, Fish is in a tight spot. I would like to see Beals. It'd be interesting to see Beals and Lloyd play straight up because they were the two players in this division who were playing straight up like Rhino Wars. But but I don't know. But if anyone can keep up, you can't keep up with him head on. Like I said, Fish's trick plays could be what we need. He just needs to correct that tech build from Soviet. It can be a good build, and I think that push for Navy's nice, but he just needs to fine tune it a little bit because he's going too broke. He's just going a little too broke. Smerry with the negative Nancy flaming hands. Smerry, I can't believe you were on the wrong Wi-Fi, man. You got me in here pulling my hair out, making fun of you for being a lagger, and you're on the wrong Wi-Fi. Come on, buddy. You could have thought, didn't you think to yourself, hey, I'm not a lagger. I wonder what's going on. Maybe I'll check what Wi-Fi I'm on. And then I wouldn't have had to bring out the banana hat. I was so tilted. All right. How tall am I? How tall do you think I am? Do I seem tall? That's how long my arm is. Does this seem like a long arm to you guys? Everyone guess how tall I am. We'll give you a crowd game point, whoever guesses right. Crowd game point. Oh, that's negative energy from the negative Nancy. Damn, Smerry. Yes, he was purposely doing it to spawn the lag monster. 6'2", 6'2", 5'8", 5'10". 5'8"? You think I'm 5'8"? Look how long my arm is. Nope, no one's got it yet. No one's got it yet. Keep guessing. Yeah, it's funny you guys don't know how tall I am. It's like a big part of my identity. 6'5", Beals gets it. 6'5", 6'9". Beals is correct. 6'5". Lloyd again with the super early pressure here. Fish can't hang on. Lloyd OP. Lloyd OP. Lloyd's looking tough. All right, Beals, let's get Beals in here to play Lloyd 1 point. I want to see Lloyd versus Beals Rhino Wars 1 point real quick. That is the championship, a bit lackluster. But hey, you know, hats off to both players. Fish did a good job. So, can't take anything from Lloyd there. Lloyd OP. Lloyd coming out on top. Lloyd, the winner, chicken dinner. And going undefeated on the day. He won all 4 in his prelims. Then went 3-0 in the championship. Can we get a crown for Lloyd? Can we get a crown here? Let's get Lloyd a crown, huh? Boom. Crown. King Lloyd. King of the D4. Lloyd going down to D3. Let's see how he can hang out in D3. Let's get a quick Rhino War in. We call this one the bonus point. Everyone says you got the game, you got the championship, and then you got to give the people a bonus point. Wait, who got the 6-5? Was that Beals? Oh yeah, Beals got a crowd game point. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm really tall. That's funny. It's funny. It's like part of my identity, you know, like being a tall person. But when I'm streaming, no one knows. Rhino Wars. Beals in the bottom left, Lloyd in the top right. Both these guys been playing good in D4, pumping a lot of rhinos. But basically, the difference between Beals and Lloyd is that Lloyd had an answer for Fish's dreads, and Beals did not. Yeah, Snark, I did get the map. Are you around? You want to hang out for some zombies? We're gonna get zombie FFA. 7 players in the zombie pit. We're giving out some money. It's gonna be fun. We boosted the health of the IFVs, so you can't just blow up oils and kill each other immediately. 7 players already. Hang on to your hat. Fitty, thanks for hanging out, man. All the players today, thanks, guys. I know we got a little strung out, got a little spaced out today, but any of you guys playing, I appreciate it. Any of you guys watching, thinking that we were being mean, sometimes we're a little bit hard on newer players, but everyone is welcome. Everyone's welcome. People of all levels, love to have them in here. It's always fun to get everyone in here. You know, it's just hard not to be critical. Obviously, when you're sitting up here watching everything, it's hard not to be critical of stuff, but love it. I love that there's so many different people, different skill levels coming out here, playing games, putting on shows for us. And we had a lot of really good games today. Oh yeah, 6 players, because Snark's coming to hang out. Alright, so now this is good old-fashioned Rhino Wars. Just like both players amassing an army while we sit back and chill for the first 8 minutes of the game. Yeah, Lloyd played pretty good. I loved I just loved it. I loved that Fish came in here and was just like watching, and he's like I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this with rhinos. And he just goes, fuck it, we're going dreads. And just cleans people up with the dreadnoughts. Oh, it's great. Pro Rattle, I think Legend still might be a little upset with you, but hey, you can redeem yourself, man. We'll get you in Legend on another team. come back 2v2 tournament. Kian and Beals, you and Legend again. Oh, that's right, Snark. Ah, the AI. 5 players if Snark wants to hang out. Pro Rattle, I think you did just fine, buddy. Rhino Wars. Rhino Wars. Rhino Wars.
Are you ready for a war?
Zed and Loka are OP, man. Hi, X in the house. Alright, so Lloyd bringing a little split here on the bottom side. Quite a few sentries over there. He's going to dive for that oil. Yeah, and so again, we talked about this. Lloyd managing his splits really, really well here. Although Beals is ahead. Beals on 5 war factories. But Lloyd is splitting a bit more, but honestly, Beals has so many rhinos right now. Neither player mixing it up, though. No fodder. Oh, yeah, we do see Lloyd with some fodder. Okay. Yeah, and Beals has a storm of rhinos. It's really interesting. So Lloyd's going to come from the left side now, go for a base trade, but Beals and Lloyd now pumping drones. Neither player with a Deso in sight. So Lloyd still has his MCV here, but Beals has so many. It'd be great to hit that barracks. That's his only barracks. You got to be thinking that, taking 1 of 4 war factories, it's not bad, but hitting a single barracks, that's what really tips the parts of the game. But the thing is, Lloyd doesn't have any back-end protection. There's no Desos. He's got drones coming, but if he had some Desos to slow things down there, the fact that Lloyd was able to get his MCV was nice. But Beals is heavily droned right now. Heavily droned here. What can he get done? The rhinos are thinning out, but I think, oh my god, if he might not get this. He might not get the MCV. He's completely droned. He doesn't get the MCV. Oh my god. And so Lloyd should pull back here. Well, maybe he should keep the pressure on. I don't know for sure. But Lloyd has the MCV, so as long as Lloyd doesn't throw here, he should be able to pull ahead. And what an exchange there. And Lloyd, talking about not having those Desos out, he had the drones. He got Beals heavily droned there, and he picked better targets. He was able to get in and get the MCV, which put him ahead in this exchange. Am I going to keep the FFA money today? What does that mean? Tell this guy to not go through the drones. Yeah, heavily droned there. We'll team up and chill the rest of the time, though. I don't know what you mean, Loka. Wow, and Lloyd, Beals was way ahead on tanks. And Lloyd got in, sniped the MCV, and then brought the drone storm. And now, I mean, oh my god, ooh, that demo truck, that was pretty risky. And now, with Lloyd with an MCV, I mean, it's pretty much GG. You'd have to blunder pretty big here. Yeah, we're not gonna run any more regular matches. We are gonna run some fun games, though. Gonna run some zombie. If you don't know what zombie is, cool bot, hang out. You're gonna love it. Loka, you gotta be more direct, man. When I'm coming on the 3 hours in the stream, it's like my brain's a little melty. The other day, I thought Keen was in the championship. He was talking to me in the chat. Yeah, there has to be a winner in the FFA. Yeah. Oh, the Deso melting those Tesla troopers. Ooh. Yep. Good counter for the Tesla troopers.
2 minutes remaining.
Loka, if you don't... Oh, gotcha. Yeah, if you and Zed... Okay, I get it now. If you and Zed team up in the FFA, then you're both kicked out of the FFAs. No teaming up. Hard rule. No teaming up in the FFAs. Zombie FFA would be hard to team up anyway. It's going to be chaos. 6-player, 5-player. Still haven't got a hard yes or no on where Snark is or if he wants to hang out. Snark's elusive these days, man. Elusive Snark. 2-minute warning. Lloyd making this about as difficult as possible. Or should I say Beals is making it as difficult as possible. But there's really just nothing left for Beals to do here. Gene with the follow. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. We appreciate the follows around here, man. We appreciate the support. What we really appreciate is everyone going over to YouTube and subscribing, because we're almost to 1,000 subs. For those of you who don't know, if you don't have 1,000 subs on YouTube, YouTube runs ads and they keep your money. As soon as you get to 1,000 subs, they run ads and they give you the money. So right now, YouTube makes money off my content. As soon as I hit 1,000 subs, I get my own money out of the content. All that money goes back to the players. So yeah, if you want to follow me on YouTube, would love that. All right, so that was it, guys. That was just a for-fun game. We're going to get zombies going. We're going to get zombies going right here, right